Hello! Hello, hello, hello. It's a Thursday morning, good boys and girls. Thursday, the 3rd of September 2020. A warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom tour, coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina here in Lincolnshire on what looks like going to be a rather dismal day outside, boys and girls. Dismal today. Although I have to say, I was watching BBC Breakfast this morning. No Naga this... Was Naga there this... Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Naga was on there this morning with another one of the miserable blokes. You know, the fat one with a beard. I don't know what his name is. Oh, Christ. He was interviewing that Matt Hancock. The trouble is, yesterday I saw Matt Hancock on the Good Morning Britain thing. And someone had sent in a video of him doing karaoke. Now, I mentioned this to someone again yesterday, and they started going, "Ow, I didn't see much social distancing going on there." I can't remember who it was now. I was mentioning it to, and I said, "Oh, it was an old video." Ow. Was it? Another one of those people that constantly looks for faults. You know, there's nothing positive coming from some people, is there? There's constantly looking for people's faults. And I said, no, it was an old video. And Matt Hancock was standing on the stage. I mentioned this to you yesterday, singing Queen, Don't Stop Me Now. And he was going for it. I tell you what, he wasn't one of those miserable people at the karaoke. Oh, and now they don't take their eyes off the screen, do they? And now the end is near, and I can say... It wasn't one of those. No, he was going for arms in the air and everything. The trouble is, I can't look at an interview, it don't matter how serious it is, now with Matt Hancock doing the interval without me seeing this image in my head. this kind of image in my head of him dancing around a stage doing a karaoke. I love it. I love it. Anyway, that was BBC Breakfast this morning. Not very exciting this morning. But a dismal day out there. It looks awful. Awful. It's really grey. It's not cold. It was not cold. I didn't have the heating on last night. The temperature seems to have been picked up. It was about 15 here last night. I'm up in Lincolnshire at the moment. It was about 15 last night, which is about 15, 30, about 60 Fahrenheit there. But last night, the rain woke me up last night. My God, did it hammer down last night. Gee, it absolutely hammered down on the Caravan, our Lincolnshire television studio complex last night, and woke me up. But that's not a bad thing. It's nice. It's nice to be in a bed in a caravan with that rain hammering down. Last night we went to Skegness. Very quiet last night. I went with my sister and my brother-in-law, who became unwell while we were out. He wasn't feeling too clever, so I hope he's a little bit better this morning. I don't know if he's up yet. Let's have a quick look in the chat box. Might be a little bit early for him. Yes, he wasn't too well last night as we came home. But yes, went to Skegness. That was nice. The beauty of going to Skegness is that you get cheap petrol from Asda. £1.10 a litre. Oh, yes. Thank you very much. Put that in the petrol tank. £1.10 a litre for the petrol in Skegness at the moment. And a lovely walk along... Well, I went on the beach. Great nephew Harry, 7, he wanted to go on the beach. And I don't think anyone else wanted to go on the beach. So I went on there with him. I don't usually like beaches. I don't like the sand. I can't bear it. Gets in between your toes, even worse, under your nails in your little feet, doesn't it? But I went on there with my trainers on. I think Great Nephew Harry wanted to go on there because the sea was coming in. It was coming in. It was lapping. It was lapping further down. There's a car park down one end. Down there, you couldn't go on the beach. Okay, the sea was up there. It was right in, it was. But as we went along, there was kind of a bit of beach and the sea was lapping over it. Of course, Great Nephew Harry wants to go down there and see if he can avoid the sea by standing closer and closer to it, you know. You know how they are. So I went down on the beach with him and we walked along. It's surprisingly difficult to... I'm sure you use more muscles walking on soft sands than you do on the pavement because you're kind of pulling your legs up like that and they keep sinking. Years ago, about 7 or 8 years ago, when I went to Australia for the first time, I was jogging. at that time in my life, I was going out and doing a lot of jogging. I don't do it anymore because it started damaging my knees, so I stopped. But I did jogging for about 3 years. And I started jogging because... Don't laugh. Please don't laugh. I started jogging because I wanted to jog along the beach like they do on Baywatch. Honest. So... Before I went to Australia, I started running around near me. I think the first jog worked out to about 30 seconds. The second one about a minute. And you have to build it up slowly. You can't just go out and run for an hour. Not possible. You know, so that first minute... And gradually I made it longer and longer. And eventually I built up to jogging for about an hour and 15 minutes. And I was going every day. So by the time I went to Australia, I was ready. So first of all, I stayed in Sydney and I was jogging around the park there, the Botanical Gardens, which is quite near the Opera. It leads down onto the Opera House in Sydney in Australia. And then I went to this place where they have a private beach and I thought I'm going to be able to run along there. Nope. Because as your foot goes down, you kind of sink into the sand. It's really difficult. And it was similar yesterday, although we weren't jogging, walking along the beach. But it was nice. It was nice to be on the beach with a great nephew Harry there. And then after that, we walked along to the chip shop, the Trawler's Catch. No queue whatsoever. Before I went in, I put my mask on. And there was a few people in there. Only two of us with masks. Me and some young boy, actually. Not a lad, a boy, that young. There was only two of us in there with masks on, but that's how it is, I suppose. I got some chips and some baked beans and a little tray thing and sat out the front. They had some seats outside at the front because I wasn't going to sit inside. So I sat on there with my sister. And my nephew went in there and he bought a deep fried Mars bar. Now, I've never had one of these. He bought a deep fried Mars bar and he come out with it. And I said, what's that? Deep fried Mars bar. I said, no, it isn't. As a battered sausage. He said, no, it isn't. I said, go on then, bite it. And he bit it. Yes, it was a deep fried Mars bar. I've never seen something like it. Well, I'm sorry, it just looked like he was eating a piece of poo covered in batter. It was oozing out. His wife, my niece-in-law, Stacey, she thought it looked absolutely disgusting, this deep fried Mars bar. But he clearly enjoyed it. God, how many calories in one of those? You've got the Mars bar and the batter to deal with, haven't you? I will have to try one of those at one point. I think there was someone somewhere in Scotland some time ago. They were doing deep fried Cadbury's cream eggs, weren't they? Did anyone have one of those at all? Who's had a deep fried Mars bar? My nephew loved it, Gary. He absolutely loved it. I must try one of those at some point. I was quite happy with my baked beans and chips. You know, so then we walked back along a bit. All the rides in Skegness are now closed, and my sister informs me that's it now. They now stay closed till next summer. So they haven't had long, have they? God knows how they will survive, but we'll wait to see until we get this time next year, won't we? Or sort of Easter. Don't they open at Easter? Amusements at seasides and things like that. I think they open at Easter. So went along there. Surprisingly, the amusement arcades were all open. And I would have thought if you're going to, get the virus by touching surfaces, that is an ideal way to get it. People pushing buttons all the time in the arcade and pulling handles on the fruit machines and playing the bingo, aren't they? They all just sit there playing the bingo. Hours people sit there playing the bingo, I'm lucky if anyone stays for the 5 minutes that we play at the end of the show. Hours. They're in there. And, how's it go? White, 10. Green, 3 and 7, 37. Blue, 2 and 1, 21. Red, 7 and 8, 78. They got the little thing with the little drawers, haven't they? The little doors. And you've got a card with different colours, white, whatever. I don't know what the colours are. White, green, red, blue, and so on. Better say black as well. Better say black before the leftists. Oh, you didn't say black. You didn't say black. Wow, that's really racist. You didn't say black. Oh, don't you love them, darling? Anyway, so they've got this card there. And little doors. You don't have to write anything off. Little doors. You flick them across like that. 1 and 10. White 1 and 10, 10. Bing. like that. Red 2 and 3, 23. Bing! And then when you get, I think, a line or a full house, I don't know what, then you scream out, bingo. What do you win? Well, you win a ticket. You win a ticket. So don't complain at the end of this show when all you win is a raffle ticket, because they do exactly the same down Skegness Beach. Yes. And when you get so many tickets, you get to choose a prize. I mean, maybe we should do something like that. I could do I don't know. What would one of those be worth? That's got to be worth at least 20 tickets. So you'd have to win 20. If you won 20 times, you could win that. Does that sound a nice thing? I don't know if it would. Incidentally, seeing this tonight, someone's going to win that today. Okay, we have our Super Chatters raffle today. Okay, everyone you can still do it actually. Anyone who sends in £1 tip for me today, I'll give you a free raffle ticket, and you can go in the draw for that, which will be happening about half an hour's time, something like that. There's actually not too many tickets today. I'll show you there. Okay, not too many tickets in there today, so you would have a fairly good chance, I would say, today of winning that, and that will happen in the show a little bit later on. Yes, so with the bingo and the fruit machines and all that, there's a lot of places that are being touched. I didn't see anyone wiping anything down as I was walking past, and no, I didn't go in there. No. That's how it is. Anyway, after that, we walked past McDonald's. I was the only one who had chips. The rest of them wanted a McDonald's, proper chips. Thick chips, dear. In a piece of paper. No, not them. They want the fully processed, been in a factory and been through all these machines, McDonald's. Okay, that's fine. But we weren't going straight there as we walked past here. You should see the queue. And this would have been 8:30 at night. The queue going round to do the drive-through thing in McDonald's. And I've been in a small queue before. I very, very rarely go to McDonald's. I don't think there's anything wrong with the food. I think it's all right. It's all right now and again. No problem with that. But I would never sit in a queue. For God knows. I mean, some of these cars must sit there 45 minutes. Easy. Because it's not fast. I don't know about you. I've sat in a queue before of 2 or 3 people, right, at the McDonald's drive-through. It's not fast. I'm sorry, it's not. I don't know what they're doing. You think, what are they doing in front of me, I don't find it fast. So for someone to sit there for 45 minutes, I'm looking at the queue last night, I think some of them were. It's the same at Bracknell down south. It's all very sad on a Saturday there. On a Saturday. Oh, we got a super chat come through there. Thank you very much. Who's sent in a £5 tip there? Someone's trying to win the bottle this morning. Let's see who that is. One moment, please. Why can't I see you? Are you hiding? Come back here. There you are. It's Diane Jebb. Diane. Thank you, Diane. Oh, Diane's won the lottery this week, haven't you, darling? Hey? But it was never the same since Dow Winton passed on, was it, Diane? We liked Dow. We liked Dow Winton, didn't we? Here we are, darling. 109 to 113. You don't need to know the number, because I'll tell you what it is. Okay, 109 to 113 for young Diane Jebb. Thank you, Diane. Let's just write down your tickets. Don't forget, all these tickets also, the ones that I give you for this, they do go in our monthly super draw as well, okay? That happens at the end of the month. It was a day late this week, unfortunately. By the way, if you're wondering whether Shania is not going to appear on the chat box for a while, she's now back at work. She could well be watching this morning. She becomes a secret viewer. A secret viewer when she's at work. She's on there quietly watching, but she doesn't join in too much. Let me put these in here for you. Okay, darling? There you go, my love. She doesn't join in too much in case she's spotted, but she's a secret viewer at the moment. And again, we have to say hello to our silent viewers this morning. Good morning, silent viewers. Those of you sitting there watching on the telly, perhaps Maureen's there. Has Maureen texted in yet? Not yet. Might be sitting there at home quietly watching. A very good morning to you as well. So walked past the McDonald's, and that was it really. Then we got in both our cars. I had my car, which had my sister and brother-in-law in it, and there was the fun bus, as driven by nephew Gary, where the children and everyone else were in that one. And they went then to join the queue at McDonald's. They went to McDonald's, and me and my sister and brother-in-law, we went to Aldi. But while I was in the car, Martin said he didn't feel well. He felt he had a bit of a chest or something. I don't think it was his stomach. It's something wrong with his chest had happened. And he was a bit concerned that he might have possibly breathed something in underneath the caravan. Although I think he said it was more likely he got petrol or something all over him the other day. And ever since then, he's felt a bit iffy. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you cover yourself in petrol, get petrol all over, does it seep into your skin? And he was feeling a little bit iffy there. So he wasn't feeling too well. Got another super chat. Thank you very much. Another tip. 2 tips this morning from Colin K. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Colin. 2 tips this morning. I can't believe it. 2 tips this morning. And on a Thursday. Don't usually get them on a Thursday. Thank you, darling. Oh, yeah, my love. That means we can keep all the lights on this morning. It gets to the point where you have to consider turning the lights off. It really does. Colin K. Thank you, Colin. Where are you again, Colin? Are you Northern Ireland? I can't remember, Colin, whereabouts you are now. There you go, Colin. 114 to 116. Okay. 114 to 116 there. Of course, you do need to know the numbers, don't you, for the super draw? You do need to know the numbers for the super... And Gary Ross as well. Christ, you all having a go this morning. They all want the water bottle. All want the water bottle. Well, I'd say to you, sometimes like people kindly send a £5 here. You might miss a £5, but you wouldn't miss £1. Do you know what I mean? Most people wouldn't miss a... Oh, what have I done there? Oh, you stupid old git. Hang on, I've only just closed down the blooming chat box, haven't I? Was that Gary Ross who put the other one in there? Hang on a minute, let's see if I can pick that up again. I've only gone and closed the chat box. I think it picks up from where I left off. Hang on. I hope so, anyway. Otherwise, I won't know who's there and who isn't. 1 moment, please. There it is, Gary Ross. £2 for from 2 tickets, young Gary Ross. Is that your skiing outfit there? I can see there. You look like you've gone skiing or something, Gary, in that little picture there, eh? There you go. 117 to 118 for you, Gary Ross, to try and win this morning's tat. One of our delightful water bottles, which will be in the post for you this afternoon. We don't muck around. We don't hang around, dear. Straight in the post, that is. Fran Green, is she with us yet? She should have got her tat either yesterday or possibly today. So there we are. So we went to Aldi. I went in there with my sister. Had a little walk around in there. There wasn't a queue, but the 2 people that were in the queue had an entire load of stuff. And there was one other bloke in there who already looked a little bit drunk, and all he went in there was for a bottle of wine, so kind of everyone let him go in front. But the Aldi in Skegness, 9:30 on a weekday, is really quiet. So I went round there and I treated myself, boys and girls, to a little bag of Maltesers. Little bit, and they're the treat size. And my sister says, I had them. It don't take long to eat them. There's not many in the bag. She says, have you eaten all those already? And I'm like, yeah. I said, it's a treat size bag. This is the old bag that used to be rectangular. Now they've put it in a bigger bag, fill it with a bit of air to make it look like there's more in there than there actually is. It's not like them bags that you get from the cinema that cost about £500. Never, ever buy sweets in the cinema. Shocking how much they are. Shocking. But of course, people go in there, they forgot, I just have that bag of Maltesers at £2.50, please. The same ones that you could have got for 80 pence in Aldi, or even £1 in Tesco's or Sainsbury's, or £500 in Waitrose. Always get them before you go in. So I did have an ice cream as well yesterday, and this was on the walk back to the cars from the chip shop, because we do go for, but I suppose it's about a mile all round the walk we do. And I've got this ice cream. No one wanted an ice cream. Nobody wanted an ice cream. And who was it now? Someone said, one of them said, oh, it's a bit cold for an ice cream. Pfft, it's never too cold for an ice cream. Mr. Whippy ice cream. And I had a flake in there. And I'm eating this ice cream. And great nephew Harry is walking next to me. And he's looking at my ice cream. I said, do you want one? No. And he's looking at the ice cream. I said, "Do you want the chocolate?" He said, "Yeah." So I gave him the flake of the chocolate. Probably saved me about 400 calories. Not eating that flake. Disappointed as I was watching him shove this piece of chocolate in his mouth. That should have been in my mouth. Never mind. So that was Skegness yesterday. And as I say, went to Aldi, got our bits and pieces. I wanted some rubbish bags. I'd nearly run out of rubbish bags, so I did that. And came back here. And the kind of rain it wasn't too heavy. It was on and off last night. Kept coming down and kept coming down. I got back to the Caravan. The Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex, after dropping off my sister and brother-in-law. We had to pop round to my nephew's house. Oh, he does wind people up. There he is there. Scrap it, man. Good morning. He winds people up. So he's rung me on my phone while I'm driving back, and my sister's still in the car. And he says on the phone, this is coming through the speakers in the car, you know, on the hands-free thing. And he says to my sister, "Mum, why aren't you answering your phone?" She says, "Oh, I didn't hear it ringing," which is, my sister is actually quite good at answering the phone. "Oh, only I've been ringing you." "Oh, right." So she said, "Well, I'm here now. What do you want?" "Oh." And then he's very quick, my nephew. He's very quick. He then says to her, "Oh, I've sent you a message." "Oh, right. Well, what is it?" "Well, can you read the message?" So, of course, she starts looking for her phone. Right? She said, "Oh, I can't find it." "Oh, well, where is it then?" So he's gone, "Oh, I don't know." He said, "Maybe you left it in the toilet here." She left it in Gary's toilet. Well, why didn't he just say that? So Gary went and she said, "Oh, he always winds us up, he does." You know, Gary Butler, head of YouTube, incidentally, gang. Head of YouTube everywhere. I got back here. The rain's on and off as I'm coming. And as I'm coming back, the last little bit of journey as I go along by the river, it hammered down. It absolutely poured down last night. Got back into the Caravan. That was going for a while. And then I watched on the telly, while this rain is coming down, the best television programme this year, All Creatures, Great and Small, on Channel 5. I thought, well, I'll just start watching this and I'll watch the rest tomorrow and I'll go to bed. Nope, couldn't do that. I watched the whole thing. I can't tell you how good that programme made me feel. It's wonderful and it's warm and the scenery is fantastic. And I'm sorry, but it adds to a film or a programme when there's no swearing and there's no sexual stuff. It's just clean, warm, family fun. I loved it. I mean, I say it's clean. The bit where he had his arm up a cow's rear end trying to get a calf out. Oh, can you imagine the smell? But they have to do that, don't they, vets? Oh, you've got to watch it. It's so good. It's the best programme of the year. And I sat there in my settee on my own, just smiling the whole way through. I was a bit concerned because at the beginning, the music's not there. There's music, but it's not the music. You know the music? That one. It's not there. It's other music and it's very short. The intro titles are very, very short and then it just starts. Okay, and I thought, they've used different music, but in the same sort of tone as the other music. So you've got the strings, you've got the little flutes and things like that. It sounds like it's the same sort of music, but different tunes. Anyway, so the show went through. I won't tell you what's in it, but it's just fantastic. It's just fantastic. I did anyone see it last night? Did anyone see All Creatures Great and Small? It's on Channel 5. That's going to be their biggest show of the year. It's got to be. I believe there's only 5 episodes that they've made. They may have just been treading their toe in the water. That sort of thing would be very expensive to make. Drama is really expensive to make on the telly. You have so many people to pay. Great actors like were on there last night. I recognised the main doctor, Mr. or what's his name now? I can't remember. Not James Herriot. James Herriot's like he's the assistant vet, and he goes for the job. You see, I won't tell you what's in it, but basically he goes for the job, and does he get it or not? Well, you can probably work that out for yourself. It's really good. Please watch it. Channel 5, All Creatures Great and Small, and it's coming to the end, and the words come up, and guess what? The old tune was there. Da, 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 da. That one. The old tune is actually at the end of the show, so that pleased me. And I went to bed. Well, I didn't go to bed, actually, because I turned the telly off then. Please watch it. All Creatures Great and Small, Channel 5. It's about a vet. And he goes all over the beautiful countryside, Yorkshire. Goes all over Yorkshire. And you'll love the bit in the car where he's going really fast down a hill. You'll love it. So warm. Sit there with your children and watch it. Wonderful. All Creatures Great and Small. Tuesday night, Channel 5. It's also on their catch-up app, 5 Player or My 5. I think it's called My 5. They've got, like a internet replay type thing. My 5. Really good. Really good. And I turned it off and I thought, I can hear a noise. Drip. Drip. It was like that. And I thought, oh Christ, what's up? So I'm looking at the tap. I thought, I've left a tap on and it's going down on something. No, tap's not on. Went to the bathroom, nothing. I thought, oh, don't say that chimney's leaking. Went into my little cupboard. No, can't find anything in there, but I can hear it. Drip. Drip. Wasn't a lot. It was just a drip. Where's that coming from? I've gone all over the caravan looking for something that might be, dripping in there. The first place I thought would be was the boiler room, where I've had a bit of a leak before coming through the roof. Nope, can't find anything there. Nothing coming in there, but bone dry in there. And I don't know, I looked everywhere. I thought maybe it's coming down the side of the wall. All throughout the caravan it was. Then I went outside. I could hear it outside as clear as I could hear it in there. And I thought it was coming from that way. And I'm looking at the car and I'm thinking, it seems to be coming from the car. Maybe there's something dripping down onto the car roof. Right, so I moved the car last night. This is about 11:15 at night, 11:30. Looking for this drip. No, it's still doing it. I could hear it. Clear as a bell outside. I'm now looking along the guttering. It's very narrow guttering along a caravan. Looking along this guttering, trying to see something that's dripping down. Nothing. Kept quiet. Drip. Oh, this is going to keep me awake. That sort of thing would keep me awake. But I came back in. Again, I looked throughout the caravan. Nope. I went back outside again. Looked around the caravan as well. It's on the side of the field. It's not on the back. It's on the side of the field. Because I've had it on the back before, where there's like metal over the windows. There's like, so if you've got the window there, there's like a metal bit like that. And I've had it before where something's been dripping onto the metal. And in the middle of the night, completely silent. It's like someone's banging two cymbals together. It's not that loud, but it's happening. Yeah? So again, I'm looking out the front, trying to find where this drip's coming from. Can't find it anywhere. Drip. I thought, I wonder if I'll hear it in the bedroom. Because I can hear it in every other room. I can hear it in the living room. In particular, directly above the kitchen. So I'll have a little look on the roof later. See if I can find something there. But none of the gutters were leaking. Dripping down onto anything at all. I'm putting my hand along there, trying to feel something that's kind of coming down. Nope, nothing. I went into the bedroom, closed the door, couldn't hear it. I thought, thank God for that. Thank God for that. But there was a drip going on last night. This morning, and in fact, last night, I was woken up, I told you, by the rain absolutely hammering down last night on the roof. Hammering down, okay? So that woke me up, and then got back off to sleep. I have no idea what time that was, so I didn't look at the clock. Got back off to sleep, woke up again, and it had stopped. And I got up to have a wee, so I've gone to the toilet, and just before I went, I thought I'd just have a listen. No drip. And this morning, no drip. So I've no idea where that was coming from. Absolutely no idea where that's coming from at all. But there you go. I'll have another little investigation later on. So thanks for your messages. I'll just come to those in a moment, boys and girls. So that's the drip. If you're into technology, I noticed last night on my router, my 4G router out there outside, which is usually at 2 bars. It's 3 bars altogether. It's usually at 2 bars. Sometimes it's on 1 bar, but it doesn't seem to affect the quality of this program coming to you. We don't have a problem with it. Last night, for the first time, it was on 3 bars. And I'm like, well, what have I done? Why is it now on 3 bars? Perhaps they've switched something on or put up a new pole or fix something. I don't know what. But I'm on a 4G broadband router here. Remember that? Remember I told you before. There's no physical connection here to the internet. It's all over 4G. I'm coming to you over 4G, okay? And this morning I thought I'd just do a speed test to see if that's improved. Good God, 58 meg down and 24 meg up. Fast, isn't it? There's no wire. No wire. That's on 4G internet. DJ Chris... I've told you before, he's got the brand new 5G internet. Most of us, including me, you won't be able to get that. It's only in certain cities, London being one of those. DJ Chris has got one of those. He gets down, he's no physical wire coming in again. It's all 5G internet. He can get 300 meg coming down. I kid you not. 300 meg and about 25 going up. Brilliant, isn't it? Although I gather I was talking to him yesterday on the phone, and they seem to be doing maintenance. You have to remember, if you do go on this 5G thing, it's brilliant when it's working, but this is a new network that they're putting together, and now and again it will go off, which I would imagine will be happening for some time while they're both upgrading and building it, bit by bit, I suppose. All right. Please just let you know, my sister has now been re-employed after her being on unpaid furlough to doing ironing my shirts. So they should be, well, she didn't do this one actually, they should be look even more spick and span than they have been, where Chris Redden has been doing DIY ironing, which is all right, but I tend to only iron this bit that you can see. She does the whole thing. She does the whole thing, and she's bought these shirts, and now there's too many shirts here, so I'll have to take some back down to the house when I go, either on the Friday or actually probably Saturday, because Stacey's invited me over to dinner on Friday night. I think she's just done that to keep me here for a bit longer. So she does a lovely dinner, my nephew's wife. Beautiful dinner. A little Twitter question. Anyone know anything too much about Twitter? Is it better to do a tweet with lots of hashtags? For example, I always tweet this show on the Twitter, and I'll tweet the YouTube link, and then it might be hashtag talk show. Okay, then I'll tweet that, and then I'll do another Twitter or another tweet with, again, the YouTube link and hashtag Thursday morning post, and then another tweet with hashtag Thursday talk and the YouTube link and post. Or do you just do one YouTube link and then hashtag talk show, hashtag Thursday, hashtag what am I talking about? Hashtag, perhaps I'll be talking about Naga, and then just post that. What's better, or are they just both the same? Anyone know the answer to that? Okay, let's read some of your messages this morning. And once again, thank you very much for your super chats this morning. We'll do the raffle, the super chatter raffle, in about 15 minutes time or so. All right. Good morning to Jason Hughes. Good morning to you. Hello to, there's Gary. Scrap it, man's nice and early this morning. We had a lovely time last night in Skegness. Good morning to DSLDG2. Good morning to you. George Bond is in the house. Morning, George. George has just written in so you can know that George Bond has his own YouTube thing, and he's going to be doing bingo on Sunday morning and a daily chat show on Saturday morning. You mean you're doing a chat show? If it's a daily chat show, George, that would be every day. You're just doing one on Saturday morning, are you? Thank you, George Bond. There you go. So George is doing a little show on Saturday morning and bingo on Sunday morning, okay? Where are we now? Oh, there he is there. There's George there telling you. Oh, by the way, I've got a video to show you today, gang. I have a video to show you today of our afternoon tea at Coworth Park. It's a nice little video, okay? And being as it's such a nice little video, this morning I am requesting 30 likes to see that. If you want to see that video, it's got Adam the plumber in it. A beautiful old country house, come hotel in it. And Adam's other half, if you're wondering what Adam's other half with his new colour hair, I'll be happy to show it to you, but it's going to cost you 30 likes. 30 likes we want to see on that one. So get liking, boys and girls, and I'll show it to you, okay? Morning to Diane Jeb. Good morning, Diane. Sending in a little super chat this morning. Thank you, Diane. Good morning to you. Daniel Woodhouse says he was out of the bath quickly for this morning's show. I should hope so as well. Don't be taking me in that bathroom with you. You don't want something electrical falling into that bath, my love. I don't have a bath, Daniel. I don't have a bath, not here or at home. I've got a fantastic shower here now since I upgraded the water heater. The water gushes. We do like a gusher, don't we? We do like gushing. We do. But there's Adam the plumber. Hopefully, hoping for his 30 likes so I could show you his video today. Good morning to you. John Aitken in the house. Hello, John. Gary Ross, and thank you for your super chat there, Gary. Joe Woodrow. Morning, Joe. Morning to you. Fran Green, there's our lovely Fran. Have you got your water bottle yet, Fran? Do let us know, darling. Michael Pullman in Australia, morning. Dave O in Cleethorpes, thank you. Thank you, Fran. We do try and make an effort. I do try and make an effort. You have a look around these other YouTube channels, dear. Honestly, people coming on in tracksuit bottoms and T-shirts. I've never seen anything like it. Got to be show, dear. Got to be eccentric. Got to do it with a flair. With a flair, as they said, in bed knobs and broomsticks. It's lovely bobbing along on the bottom of the beautiful briny sea. What a chance to get a better peep. Do you know what someone Martin was talking about my show on his Butler's Empire channel, as you know, right? And one of the comments that someone put was talking about me. Yes, he's a strange one. Apparently I am strange, or was it weird? I can't remember what the word was now. He's a weird one. Weird? Me? Weird? Don't know what they meant by that, darling. He's a weird one. Isn't that strange? Tony King. Good morning, Tony King. There's Mr. Tech Sparky. Hello to you. There's young Christopher Woodhouse, DJ Chris. Is your 5G working this morning? Morning, Chris. Hello to Park Nest. Dave O. He's lost his dog. Sorry to hear that, Dave. Oh, it's a member of the family, isn't it? Dogs, any sort of pet. Dogs, cats, anything like that. Sorry, Dave. I wonder if, people who keep, no disrespect to anyone who keeps spiders or anything like that, because I know some people, they have tarantulas as pets. Why would you want one of those in your house? Any moment it could climb out of that glass bowl and eat you up. Yes. And snakes. I wonder, people who keep tarantulas, when they eventually pass on, would you say that about a spider? I suppose you would. Do they feel the same as someone perhaps who's had a cat or a dog? Because I've had 3 cats, and believe me, it's just awful when you lose a pet, isn't it? It really is. I wonder if people who, with like spiders and snakes and things like that, keep stuff there. Good morning to yes, is that more in there? Your number doesn't come up unless I put the blooming code in. How mad is that? Have you managed to put the afternoon tea video up? Yes, that's happening today. We're just waiting for 30 likes. We got 19 already, so it shouldn't be too long. 30 likes to see the video this morning, all right? So thank you for that, Maureen. Good. Who else is here? Davo, we said hello to. There's Adam. Calories in a deep fried Mars bar is between 600 and 900 calories, Gary. That's at least 2 weeks worth of dieting gone to pot there on one deep fried Mars bar, but as long as you enjoyed it. Gary Ross, deep fried pizza they do. They lift frozen pizza from the freezer and chuck it into the fryer. Heart attack waiting to happen. Well, it depends. You can have one now and again, Gary, and I'm sure it won't affect you. But if you start living on this stuff, that's when you that's when you have a problem, isn't it? Fran loves chocolate, but deep frying seems wrong. Yeah, I think so. Chunky chips for Gary Ross. Absolutely, Gary. Shania is the secret squirrel. She's probably sitting there quietly on the side there. All right. Mark Bowles. Good morning, Mark. There's young Mark. I hope you're gushing this morning, Mark. Hope you're gushing. Mix Mowers is wishing Martin to get well soon. Yes, he may be at the bottom of the chat. I haven't got that far yet. So good morning to you, Mick. Thank you. Morning to Peter Palawoda. Morning to you. Mix Mowers already has one of our exclusive water bottles. You're impressed with the quality, aren't you, Mick? Eh? We don't dish out rubbish here, my love. It's all professional stuff, all nice stuff, and a family heirloom. Probably, I expect, Mix Mowers, you'll probably hand this down generation to generation. You know, your children's children will be handing that down and say, this was an international star that we knew many years ago, as in the form of me. Yeah. Scrolling down a little bit there. Let's see who else we got there. Yeah, poor Peter Balawoda. He won the bingo yesterday, but was too slow and didn't get it because he didn't claim in time. So do try and cut Peter Balawoda. It amazes me how you sit there moaning that I read the numbers too quickly, and yet you find time to type in messages. Perhaps if you concentrated a little bit more on your bingo ticket, you might actually claim in time instead of typing in messages all the time. That's why. You don't do that at a bingo, do you? Have you been to a bingo hall before? You know, you don't, like, tick off a number and then have a conversation with the old dear next to you, my love. You know, pay full attention, dear, and you might win. Dear, we can't change the roles just because you're a little bit old and doddery, dear, as you like to keep mentioning on this channel. Mark's got his playing cards. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I hope they're clean, Mark. I don't want them getting any sticky or anything like that all over them. No, Fran's not got the parcel yet. I'm sure that will come today, Fran. Okay, that's come from up here, and they're very quick up here. Let's just go. Good morning to Jeff Burley. Morning, Jeff. Missed you going yesterday, Jeff. They're up in Sheffield. Jeff and his lovely wife, Linda. They have the caravan next to me, and we were talking the other day and he was asking what I do, and I mentioned this and he started watching from the caravan next door. You disappeared yesterday. Didn't get a chance to say hello, so I hope you had a good journey up there. It poured down here last night, Jeff. You would have heard it. Oh my God, the rain coming down. The rain. Not only that, the drip, which I have yet to locate where that's coming from. I don't think there's a leak in the caravan. I'm sure it's outside somewhere. Chris Woodhouse, love the old series of All Creatures Great and Small. Then you'll love the new one. You'll love the new... Have you seen the new one yet, Chris? Channel 5 catch-up player, whatever it is. Watch it today. Please watch it. Oh, I can't tell you how good it made me feel watching that yesterday. Good morning to Sean Pearce, who's new from Australia. Good morning, Sean. Welcome to our show, sir. Whereabouts in Australia are you? We have another Australian on it. A couple, actually. There's... what's his name now? There's Michael Pullman. There's another lad as well. You don't usually see him in the chat. He comes in right at the very end to ask for a raffle ticket. But he's there, watching the old show. So very good morning to Sean, wherever you are there. Do let us know. Have you seen our Yorkshire Farm TV programme? That's good. No swearing, says Fran. No, I haven't seen that. No. What side is that on, Fran? I like those little animal stories. There's Martin. How are you feeling this morning, young Martin? Good morning to Dr. Gregorian. Morning to you. Let's see. Dr. Gregorian. It's his mum's birthday today. Can you wish... Oh, my Lord. How do I say that name? You're testing me, aren't you? It's from Armenia. Is she from Armenia? Blimey. Tscouzelle. Tuzkuzel, stroke Susan. Oh, can I stick to Susan? She won't be offended, will she? Can I stick to Susan? Susan, a birthday. Happy birthday to Susan this morning. So happy birthday to you, Susan. All right. If you're probably with us live then. Is she with us live, Dr. Gregorian? If she is, let me know. Okay. It wasn't me leaking, Chris. No. Excellent. Yes, Martin's better now. He had a sleep and some of those peel things. Excellent. If you're on the free network, there's an upgrade on the 1st of September to the network. That's probably what knocked Chris out. It didn't affect me at all here. I was all right here. How do you know those things, Tech Sparky? And by the way, Tech Sparky, can I find out? I've looked, and there appears to at some point have been a map of cell towers. You know, the mobile phone towers. But they're not on there anymore. Can I find out where my nearest tower is? Both here and at my house in Bracknell. Can I find that out, Tech Sparky? I think you're probably the person who would know something like that. Good morning to Michael Pullman joining us there. Just scrolling up. Let's get everyone's names in there. George is there. George is having an egg roll for breakfast. Nice. Morning to Sherry DMP. There's our Sherry. Morning to you. John Parrish has arrived. Good morning, John. Christopher Williams. Good morning, Christopher Williams. I accept Chris too. Everyone accepting. There's Denise Andrews. Good morning, young Denise. Head of ducks on this channel. Who else? Scrolling there. Rachel's there. Rachel's in the house. Morning, lovely Rachel. She's late. Trouble at home. Our youngest with anxiety wouldn't go to school. Oh, you've got to drag him out of the bed, darling. Just hit them. Hit them. You've got to get a whip. Or probably you won't have it. Well, I don't know, actually, with you, Rachel, to be honest. No, you've probably got a bamboo stick and just hit them until they get out of bed. That's the only way to do it, darling. Regular punishment is the only way. Oh, dear, Rachel. I don't know what to advise. Perhaps one of the other mothers on there can advise you on that. Sorry to hear that, Rachel. Good luck to you, darling, with that. All right, my love. Thank you. Fun things to do with tech. I'll be very interested to read that later. Thank you very much for that. I'll have a look at that. Okay. There you go. Once again, George is not up with it. You see, George, you disappeared, didn't you? You left the chat box and have come back now. And now we've done it. We've done it, George. The amount of people that they send you something and you do it, and then half an hour later they come back. Did you read my email? Of course I did. I've done it. Too late. You can't come in and out of the show all the time. Ridiculous. I often don't answer things like that. You know, people will send something in, and then 3 weeks later, did you do this? Did you show my picture, or did you do that, or something? And I'm thinking, yes, I did. If you were watching the show, you'd know. Rude. I find it rude, to be honest. Rude. Morning to the delightful Heidi Young. Good morning, Heidi. Hope you're well there. Good. Right. And good morning to young Danny Gibbs. Good morning, Danny. Morning to you, Danny. There's my dear friend Danny. He's in Cleethorpes as well. Danny, there's another bloke in Cleethorpes today, Dave O, who's there. Okay, Dave O is in Cleethorpes as well. He's within the chat box. Do you know Dave O, incidentally? Don't know if you know him. Both up there in Cleethorpes. I was going to come and visit you this week, wasn't I? Yeah. Okay. Now, let's... How are we doing on time? Well, we've got ages yet, haven't we? Now, what was I going to do then? I was talking to Rachel. It something to do... Was it something to do with Rachel? I can't remember now. Something to... Dr. Gregorian. Yes, my mum is watching live. Okay, well, if it's all right with you, I'll do Susan. Are you okay with Susan? Because I'll never be able to sing her proper name, my darling. Here we go. He's a weird one. That's what they said about him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday to you. All right? There you go, darling. Happy birthday, Susan. Are you actually here or in Armenia? Whereabouts are you, my darling? Heidi went to Springfields, did you? Rachel was impressed. Yeah, it's good there, isn't it? I've been 3 times with my sister. I've been 3 times with my sister. My sister describes it as a designer outlet. To me, that's not a design. It's an outlet, but not a designer one. You know, like where you get Ralph Lauren and Ted Baker and all those like posh brands at a fraction, well, not a fraction, but a lot cheaper than they would be if you were going to sort of the Oxford Street Ralph Lauren or something like that, you know. I mean, some of the shirts, like over £100 for one shirt. No, I don't think so, you know. Often in the outlets, you'll pick up those same shirts, 6 months out of fashion for like 30, 40, 50 quid, you know. So I do like designer outlets. But I have been to the Springfield one. We've got the Marks and Spencers and that wonderful garden centre where they've done up the tea room, haven't they? Oh, how luxurious is that? The tea room in the garden centre at Springfields. I love it, Heidi. I love it. Okay, Dr. Gregorian's mum is in London. Excellent. Excellent there. Happy birthday from the weird one. Yeah, weird. Someone called me weird on one of Martin's comments. Rude. Rude. All right. Okay, let's do some stories. I'm very, very pleased to bring you this news, boys and girls, which I'm sure you've already seen about in the newspapers. We're taking this from the BBC News channel. At last, someone has seen the light. Now, there's a new bloke gone in there. Let's see if I've got his name here. What's his name? Hasn't got his name here. No. Tony Hall was the one who he'd been running it for a while. He left. It was his decision, I think. Or something. Well, he would have had the last word in it, I'm sure, because he's in charge of the BBC. It was his decision to drop Land of Hope and Glory and Rule Britannia and not sing the words, in case it offends someone. Doesn't matter that we've been singing it for hundreds of blooming years. In case it offends someone. Oh, we better not say that in case it offends someone. Why? Just let them switch off. Let them switch off if they don't like it. And we can't offend anyone. Pathetic. Lord Hall. Bye. Next. So I got a new bloke there, and the first thing he's done is change it back. I'm so pleased about this. On the BBC website, the BBC has reversed its decision not to have Rule Britannia and Land of Hope and Glory sung at the last night of the proms. Thank God for that. What idiot ever decided that it shouldn't be sung? The entire country turned against you. Who the hell do you think you are taking that off because someone might be offended? I'm sick of it. Sick of that BS going on all the time. I was so lucky a couple of years ago to go to last night of the proms. I cannot tell you the atmosphere in there. I was very, very lucky. In fact, we did make a little video of the day out, which includes an afternoon tea at the Mill something hotel. We did a whole day. And we went out for afternoon tea, after which to the Royal Albert. We had a little bit of a walk around, I think in Harrods and Selfridges. You know, just didn't buy anything, just to have, or maybe some sweets to have a look around in there. And then to the Royal Albert Hall for the last night of the proms. And there they were outside, weren't they? Dishing out their European flags. Would you like a European flag? No. No, thank you. Oh, well, you could just flag. No, thank you. We can have our own Union Jacks. Thank you very much. Don't want a European flag. There they are. All the lefties outside there with the little flags. Sorry, is this a European event? Is it a European event last night of proms? No, it's not. Don't want a European flag then, will we? If we go to the Olympics in Europe, we'll fly a little European flag. Not last night of proms, sunshine. No, we don't want one. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Up the stairs we went. I had my Union Jack jacket on. Anyway, we did make a video of that 2 years ago, which on the night of last night of the proms, I'll post it up. It will be a Saturday night. Is it this week? I don't know what night it's on. It might be this Saturday, actually, because Casualties disappeared. They've run out of episodes. God knows what's happening to poor Charlie or Connie Beecham. We don't know what's happening to them. You know? Dreadful. Or Jacob. I don't like the character Jacob. It's a bit bolshy, isn't it? A bit too sure of himself. Jacob. Yeah, don't like him. The character. So I'll post that up on the day of the last night of the proms. Actually, I might play it out within the show as part of the show. But you'll like that. And there we are at last night of the proms, waving our flags. And my mate managed to get a little bit of footage of the orchestra playing and everything. Oh, it's fantastic. Fantastic. Anyway, going back to this story, the U-turn follows on the BBC website, follows fierce criticism sparked by reports that the lyrics were being dropped due to associations with colonialism and savoury. Well, that's the history. You can't change it. You can't wipe it clean. That is the history. That's just how it is. Am I pleased that black people were slaved and dragged across the world to dig tunnels and do this? No, I'm not. But that's what happened. If you erase it, no one will know it ever happened. Ridiculous. Anyway, changed. Last week, the BBC said the decision to perform orchestral-only versions was prompted by COVID-19 restrictions. Don't give me all that BS, mate. Please don't give me that. How can you even say that? Right? We've seen excellent YouTube videos done by amateurs like myself of people in 100, there's a few religious things, people in 100 different locations who've recorded a little bit of singing, and then some very clever person, an editor, has put all these little videos together, and there's 100 people singing a song perfectly in tune, perfectly in pitch, and perfectly in rhythm. And you can't do it at the BBC, you liar. Liar, pants on fire. However, a select group of singers will now perform the songs after all. Well, thank God for that. I might consider now repaying my TV licence. The pandemic means a different proms this year, and one of the consequences is that we're not able to bring together massed voices. Fair comment, but someone could have sung it. I mean, for Christ's sake, how big is the Albert Hall? Presumably that's where it will still happen. It's massive. You'll have a singer there, one over there, one over there, one over there, one over there, one over... And each one can have a microphone. Presumably you have radio mics at the BBC, do you? It's all BS, all BS. But the statement added the BBC has been looking hard at what else might be possible and has found a solution. Wow, whoopee-doo. All excuses, all BS this. Don't believe a word of it. Anyway, both pieces will now include a select group of BBC singers who are the best. They're fantastic. Their orchestras, their singers are the best. It's just the way some idiot at the top's running this thing. Well, we've got a new bloke in there now anyway. All right. The BBC's original decision to play instrumental versions on the last night on the 12th of September prompted Prime Minister Boris Johnson to intervene. I cannot believe the BBC is saying they will not sing the words to Land of Hope and Glory or Rule Britannia, as they traditionally do at the end of the last night of the proms, he told reporters last week. I think it's time we stopped our cringing embarrassment about our history. Absolutely. About our traditions and about our culture. Because you see them all moaning about their culture. But it's our culture. Well, what about ours? And we stop this general bout of self-recrimination and wetness. He is absolutely right. Absolutely right. And so there's a little bit more to the story there. Okay, so that's on the BBC website if you want to have a little look at that. Okay. Dave says, I know how many holes it takes the Albert hold. I know how many holes. I don't get that. I don't get that, dear. I don't get that. I don't get that. Let's just scroll up there. Mark says the playing cards are wiped clean. Well, thank God for that. Each one has a little picture of me on it. You've probably taken out the pictures, haven't you, Mark, of the playing card? Have you plastered them all over your bedroom? Put it above your bed. That'll upset your wife. Is it your wife or girlfriend? I can never remember. Put little pictures of me all above your bed, so that you can, or even better than that, on the ceiling, so that she can look while she's laying there asleep. When she wakes up, I mean. I've just noticed my vent is closed somehow. Just a moment. I think we can do that without having to move from here. if I'm lucky. Oh, look at that. Look at that. There we are. Very important to have your vents open. Do not close vents, boys and girls. You get all sorts of pus and what have you coming out of them if you start closing your vents up. Good morning to Cycle Ranger. Welcome to the show, Cycle. Hello to you, sir. Our spooky video now has 2,372 viewings. That's amazing, isn't it? I don't think I've got any. Well, I've got a couple of videos like that. Well, I've got a couple of thousand videos, but we struggled to get to 100. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. There's Dylan. Dylan's back there. All right, Dylan. Morning to Dylan Hutchinson there. Is there an email on... Oh, sorry, you're talking to someone else there. Okay. Heidi Young, the spooky house is cool. We've done the right... have done night filming in there. Got strange orbs. You done night filming in a spooky house. Ooh. Orbs. We like orbs. Little orbs flying around you. I like orbs. There you go. I told you she'd be there, didn't I? Shania Steele. She's sitting there quietly watching at work when she should be working hard. Good, you're talking to each other there. Parkness, you can't change history and you shouldn't erase it. Absolutely. Terrible, all those people being enslaved. Awful. But it happened. You know, you're not a part of that. I'm not a part of that. You know, oh, you should apologise. I didn't do anything. I didn't put anyone in chains. Oh, not that sort of person anyway. I mean, Mark Bowles... Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. Scrolling down a little bit there. We must keep up, boys and girls. The new boss of the BBC is Tim Davie. Okay, Tim Davie. Thank you, Cycle Ranger. He's the new boss. It's the first thing he did. Changed it back to public opinion. You're supposed to be serving the public. Not, we will show you what to do. You serve us. I was fuming at that. Absolutely fuming. We've had another little super chat come in there, boys and girls. Thank you very much. Mark Bowles has spent £1 on a little super chat, so I'll give you a free raffle ticket. You might win the water bottle. The water bottle. The water bottle. Yes, it's coming soon. 5 more minutes and I'll do this week's super chat raffle. Everyone, boys and girls, and once again, as always, those of you that send tips, not always possible. If you've got no money, do not send a tip. Don't send me £1 and then you can't eat for a week or something like that. I would be very upset with you. I would have to send Mandy... Where's Mandy this morning? Mandy Davenport round to issue out pain and suffering if you did that. 119 for you. There you go, little Mark Bowles baby face. There you go, Mark. Put that in there. Oh, such a delightful man. Mark's got a canvas on of my face on the ceiling. How awful. All right. Right. Okay. Please, never. If you sent 50 pence in, I wouldn't be moaning, darling. I don't moan at anything. You want to send a penny in, that's fine. I don't care. Don't care. It's just nice. Nice to be appreciated by whatever. You know, Elton John, if he sent £1 in, I'd be upset. You know, I want a minimum of £10,000 from Elton John. I might even buy another light with that. Here's another story for you, gang. Now, would you tell someone if this has happened to you? And I do have a story relating for this. Years ago, I put a deposit into the Nationwide Building Society. Okay? I didn't look at the book, really. Gave her the money. That was it. Thanks very much. Got it back now. And then about a week later, a statement arrived in the post. I picked up this statement. Yeah, what's that? A deposit, and this is not a joke, a deposit of £350,000. There was a deposit on my statement of £350,000. £350,000. Not 3,500, £350,000. And I'm looking at that. I said, that's not what I put in. I put in £350. And I knew the girl, not personally, but it's the same girl I always used to go to, you know, sitting behind her little glass screen. Ever so nice she is. And I thought, wow, what do I do? What do I do? Presumably at some point they must notice and work out where the money's gone and just take it back again. But I'm concerned, what do I do? And I thought, no, you've got to go down the bank. I'm too honest. I am honest. Seriously, I'm quite an honest person. I thought, no, you've got to go down the bank. And I took my little book there and I went down the bank. Waited for my turn in the queue because I didn't want to get her into trouble. She's a nice lady. She's probably got a family of her own. She's about 40, 42, something like that. And a window became available and it wasn't her. So I said, oh, do you want to go in front of me? I'm waiting to see that lady there. Yeah, okay. And she looked up. Yes, please. Hello, how are you? I said, not too bad. And I lowered my voice. I said, I think you've made a mistake a couple of weeks ago. Look. So I gave her the book. I said, I put in £350. It's a £350 credit come up on there. She said, oh. So she said, okay, I'll correct it for you. She said, well, thanks for coming in and letting us know. She said, I'm really surprised because a week had passed. I think it was more than a week had passed. More than a week. No letter, nothing. More than a week had passed. And she says to me, I'm really surprised that something they do at the end of the day. Someone counts everything up. I don't know how it works. I've not worked in a bank before. My uncle used to be very high up in Barclays Bank. He got loads of money. He's got, or he had. He's not with us anymore, sadly. And she said, oh, I'm very surprised that they didn't pick this up at the end of the day or the end of the week's calculations or so. Anyway, thanks ever so much. I'll correct it. So did that. I'm kind of waiting now for 50 quid. Do you know what I mean? I'm kind of waiting for 50 quid to come across. And I thought, okay, well, thanks very much. No problem at all. Thanks for letting us know. And off I went. And I got back home and I thought, well, maybe in a couple of days' time, you know, I'll find a credit for 50 quid for being so honest. No, nothing. Very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. No money. But never mind. I just couldn't. It would worry the life out of me holding on to all that money that wasn't mine. So I just went into the bank and told her about it. But it took, as I say, it took me over a week to realise. And they obviously didn't realise it. You know, but I think somewhere down the line someone would have done it, wouldn't they? Thank you, Gary. I can see that message. No one else can. Thank you, Gary. Absolutely. She probably transferred it into her own account, says Jason Hughes. Maybe she did. Peter Palawoda says it takes hours to cash up in the day. Do they still close at 3 o'clock, banks? I don't know if they still do, actually. Not sure if they do that. Let's have a look there. I hope you ordered that new static Caravan and Range Rover. No, I just couldn't do it. Dave-O, withdraw quicker than you realise they are underage. Withdraw quicker than you realise they are underage. Do you mean undercharge? What? Withdraw quicker than you realise they are underage. Do you mean undercharged or something there? Try that again, Dave. Please use your spell checkers, boys. It's really difficult sometimes to work out what the hell people are saying. What's that say, Dave? Peter Palawoda, you won the Nigerian National Lotto phone number this week, Chris. Anyway, and then I thought, well, 350 grand at that time, this is going back some years, that would have earned a few quid interest. No, not at all. Didn't earn any interest on it either. Very disappointing. Sherry says honesty is the best policy. I think so too. We got 23 likes at the moment. We're after 30 likes this morning. And then I can show you... actually, we got a couple of pictures from John Parish. And something just fell off there. What was it? I've no idea. Hope it doesn't affect the programme. There we are. And we've got a couple of pictures from John Parrish and our afternoon tea video that I had with Adam the Plumber for his birthday last Saturday. If you'd like to see those, please hit the like button. As soon as we get to 30, I'll show you those couple of items, all right? Good morning to Dazzy84. Good morning, Dazzy. Hello to you, sir. I'm assuming male or... I don't know if you're male or female, so... I'll just say your name. Hello to Dazzy84. Surprised you didn't get any interest from £350,000 deposit. No, nothing. Davo, get the money out quick. I think that's classed as theft, actually, Dave. I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do it. I do like to think of myself as honest, Rachel. I like to think that I've never ripped anyone off. Seriously, you know. I've never ripped anyone off. But there we are. That was my good deed for the day. Well, the decade, to be honest, Fran. Good morning to Daniel Holmes joining us this morning. Morning, Daniel. Okie doke. 2 more likes. Then I'll show you the video and the lovely pictures that JP has sent in this morning. He always does a good picture there. Meanwhile, boys and girls, I think it's time for our Super Draw Raffle. Okay, our Super Chatters Raffle. All right, each and every week we do a Super Chatter Raffle. Okay, what happens every time someone sends us a £1 Super Chat, which I'm always eternally grateful for, however much you send. Sometimes people send 50p. I don't care. It's just nice to be appreciated, right? But if you send everyone who sends a £1 Super Chat, I give them a free raffle ticket. And each week on a Thursday, we have a raffle. I'm not allowed to sell you raffle tickets. That's regulated, okay? However, I can give you a free raffle ticket. So every time you send me a £1 Super Chat, I'll give you a free raffle ticket. That's how it works, okay? On a Thursday, we do the raffle. And that's about to happen now, okay? Not too many tickets in there. All right, let's mix them all up. And I try to make it as obvious as possible that we're not cheating or anything like that. Nothing in my hand. Here's the prize this week. It's one of our exclusive United Kingdom Talk water bottles. That is the logo. It does say United Kingdom there. It's not just a Union Jack there, which I hope you'll be flying at the last night of the proms while singing Royal Brittania and Land of Hope and Glory. Are you ready? Here comes this week's Super Chat Raffle. Ticket. Don't worry, I have one ticket in my hand. Here's the ticket. It's ticket number 77. Oops, sorry. Ticket number 77. That's an old one, that, isn't it? That must have been right at the beginning of the week, that one. 77. Ticket number 77. And the name I have on the back of number 77 is Gary Ross. It's Gary 2 Tickets Ross. Congratulations, young Gary Ross. You've won our exclusive coloured water bottle. Orange bottle. You put anything you like in it. Please wash it out first, dear. Don't come running back here. Oh, I've swallowed pieces of plastic. Unlucky. Not my fault, is it? Should have washed it up in the first place. Don't put it in the dishwasher. I've got a feeling the thing would come off on the front. So, you know, just be a little bit gentle with the way you wash it. But well done to Gary Ross. All these go in here, which is empty at the moment. All these go in here because you have a second chance to win once a month. All our raffle tickets end up in there, boys and girls. All the raffle tickets end up in there. And we do a super draw at the very end of the month, which this month will be Wednesday the 30th of September, which will come around very quickly, believe me. I hope we got a little bit more on top of this damn virus thing then. I don't suppose any of the children will be doing trick or treat this year, will they? And that's shame. I went out with great niece Emily and great nephew George some years ago now, doing the trick and treat on Halloween. It was just charming. It's all right out here, not so much in London because you get all sorts of dodgy people walking around there. But out here in Lincolnshire, we're knocking around on these houses, and people have got displays outside their houses of little lights, and you become a child again. When you've got little children with you, you see everything through their eyes. It makes such a difference. Such a difference. Like when I went to Florida with my nephew. Now, of course, he wasn't a child. He was 17. But nevertheless, I enjoyed it immensely more than I would have done if I'd have been on my own. Because all the time, you're concerned that they, not you, they are having a good time. That's the only thing that's on your mind all the time. You know, and going out with a trick or treat. If I went out, you know, watch it, I'll probably get taken away by the police. I'd be there's a strange man looking at all of us. You know, you just can't do it. You couldn't go out walking through the streets looking at children and that doing trick or treat. You'd get taken away, right? So you'd have to borrow children. You'd have to borrow your neighbour's children or something and go out with them and watch them doing the trick and treating, and it's just so charming. It's so charming to go and do something like that. Well done, Gary Ross. Excellent, Gary. Congratulations. You win fair and square. I'm always very careful that I can show you exactly what's going on in case some people would think, oh, it's a fix, it's a fix. So if you could just email me your full postal address, Gary. Okay, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right, give me your full postal address and I'll pop that in the post for you. I think I've got a box here somewhere. I'm sure I have. Pop that in the post for you and you should get that. What is it today? Thursday? You won't get it Friday. I doubt you'll get it Friday. You might. I don't think you will get it Friday, though. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right? Maybe early next week. All right? Well done, Gary. Lots of people congratulating Gary Ross there. Okay. Imagine, Peter Paliwoda, imagine if you got your hand stuck in the jar live. Nah, it's too big. Jar's too big. Look at it. It's huge, this jar. Look, it's a big jar, that is. It's not like a little jam jar or something like that. Now, what should we do as the prize next week? I think we might do a backdrop next week. So we do a backdrop next week. I don't have one with me at the moment. Shall we have backdrop or mug? What should it be? You decide. Here, you decide this week. Backdrop or mug next week. Because I don't have one with me at the moment. Backdrop or mug or playing cards. There you go. Which prize do you want for next week's Super Chat raffle? All right. Thank you, Gary. Park Nest. There we go. We've got lots of stories to do for you this morning as well. Jason Hughes. Oh, what an horrible man. I look forward to chucking buckets of water on the trick-or-treaters from upstairs window. Well, why stop there? Why not have the boiling hot oil? You know, that they used to use in the medieval times. You could just have... You're not having the jacket, Davo. You're not having boiling hot oil. That's what you want. Above the door. You just push a button and it tips over them. Bye-bye. 2 people have requested the mug. Shall we have a mug? Are we having a mug? All of them. Oh, Rachel. If I put them all out, there'd be nothing for the week later, will it? George reckons he saw me at Skegness once. When was that, George? What was I doing? Why didn't you say hello then? I would have come over and bought you a bag of chips. Right, it's going to be the mug, okay? We're going to give away one of these this week, okay? That will be this week's or next week's Super Chatter raffle. So once again, starting now, anyone who sends in £1 Super Chat this week will go in for the mug raffle, which will be next Thursday, okay? So you've got a whole week to think about that. And I think that's it. Sherry needs a backdrop for her channel. I'll tell you what, we'll do the backdrop the week after, John, at your request, okay? Oh, look at that. There's the beautiful LaBelle. LaBelle is a professional drag queen in New York, in the United States. And there she is, LaBelle, with her many, many love hearts. And love to you as well. Love to you as well. Okay? Right. So I've told you about my money, or the money that came and went very quickly when I reported that I'd received all this money for nothing. In the Daily Mirror this morning, here's why I told you that story. A total of £90,047 and 19 pence was transferred to Comfort Conardo's account in error. She transferred £57,000 of the cash out into other accounts, including her children. Why? A charity shop accidentally deposited the money in her account. She's a cleaner, but she never told anyone. A cleaner who accidentally received 90 grand in her bank account but did not tell anyone is now under investigation. This lady, who's 52, so she should know better, mistakenly received the sum when she went to return an item at a charity shop, a court heard. The cleaner didn't tell anyone about the wrong transaction, but instead transferred 57 grand of the cash. If you're in another country, a grand is 1,000. Okay, so 1 grand, 1,000, 10 grand, 10,000. All right, so we just shorten it to that. The cleaner didn't tell anyone about the wrong transaction, but instead transferred £57,000 of the cash into other accounts, including her children. After discovering the error, the bank were able to freeze... Oh, it's time for my pills, isn't it? The bank were able to freeze and retrieve some of the money, but the Royal Mencap Society have lost more than £31,000, reports the Manchester Evening News. A proceeds of crime investigation is set to take place to establish whether the charity can recover any of its losses. Now, would you have kept the money? Huh? Would you have kept the money? Would you think about keeping the money? I must admit, I think I'd probably think about keeping the money. But very quickly, this guilt complexion would come over me and I'd have to say something. You would expect, you know, when something like that's happened, certainly me with the bank thing. You know, the bank thing, when they transferred all that money to me accidentally. Well, she'd put in the wrong dots. She'd put the decimal place in the wrong place. But you would have thought they'd given you something, wouldn't you? 20 quid, 30 quid for giving them back 350,000, wouldn't you? I didn't get anything. A judge told this lady, "You have brought shame on yourself and I dare say your family." Manchester Crown Court heard that the mum of 6 had gone into the charity shop in Manchester to get a refund for an item she had bought. What, in a charity shop? How can you go into a charity shop and ask for a refund? Oh. Days later, senior managers at the charity, which supports people with learning disabilities, were alerted to the large refund and launched an investigation. I never understand people with learning disabilities. They like to tell you, don't they? Have you noticed that? Why is that? Are they like told to tell people, I've got learning disabilities? I just wondered why that was. Often you see that now. Oh, by the way, I've got learning disabilities. You know, I don't know why that is. They contacted staff at the shop who said there'd been an issue with the machine. 2 members of the staff were suspended following the investigation and were later dismissed. So she tried to keep the money, but she got done for it, and good. What would you do? Hello to East Coast UK. Hello to East Coast UK. Hello to you, sir. Sir, I'm assuming sir or madam, whichever you... Whereabouts are you? Are you along on Norfolk or somewhere like that? Morning to you. East Coast UK said it's charity cash. Give it back. Absolutely. Absolutely. Davo, obviously a poor woman. Well, not poor if she managed to hold on to the money. Mark Bowles, I think it's harsh. It's not the account owner's fault. I would have probably kept it but not spent it until I knew time had passed. Fair comment. We don't judge on here, Mark. We don't judge. I'd like to think that if you're going to keep that money, you'd spend a little bit on me, Mark Bowles. Perhaps you get a train ticket and get out of that place with you. Have you told your boy he's getting a new mummy yet? Huh? Have you told him yet? Is he excited? All right. Money for Nothing, Dire Straits. That was a huge song at weddings when I used to do wedding DJing in. Yes, Chris Reardon's Mobile Disco is there. Oh, dear. Gary. Yeah, it's to let people know, to give you... what's that? I don't know what that is there. Honesty is the best policy, says Fran Green. I couldn't live with the guilt. No, that's my problem as well, I'm afraid, Fran. Children's names. Now, often you see like celebrities coming out with very strange names. Although, was it the Geldof girl called Peaches, wasn't it? Which actually I think is quite a nice name. It's unusual. Peaches. It's quite a nice name, isn't it? Peaches. We've heard like Tinkerbell. What would you call? You see, you have to think of the child in the school, though, don't you? You know. Once they're in the school, the other kids are start going to take in the mick. I don't think Peaches is quite a nice name, isn't it? But in the Daily Mirror this morning, a mum has been criticised by friends and family for a decision to give her newborn baby girl a boy's name. Now, wait for you to hear the name and see what you think. The woman and her husband recently welcomed their first child into the world, but unlike many parents who find naming their newborn challenging, the couple already knew exactly what they wanted. The woman was set on naming their daughter after their father-in-law, but once she finalised the birth certificate, she had second thoughts. She revealed they decided on calling her Clint Annabelle. I mean, Clint for a girl, that's just odd, isn't it? As a sweet tribute to the family member, her father-in-law. But after sharing the name online, they received a lot of hate. Well, you see, I feel on one side, you know, you've got no right to send someone hate like that. You'll find most of the YouTubers, we do get it occasionally, a little bit of hate mail. At the moment, there seems to be, I don't know if you've noticed, those of you that look at the comments, not the chat box, the comments after the show is finished, you'll notice that there seems to be like a few hundred ladies at the moment trying to chat me up. Hi, I look for a boyfriend, that sort of thing. Hi, you love me. There's loads of them coming in. I don't know where they're coming from. I mean, for Christ's sake, will someone tell them? It says, she said, we both love the name, but I've received a lot of backlash from it on social media and some friends. We were told that it was terrible and we'd be setting up our baby for bullying in the future. Yes, I think that would happen. Your child will be bullied in school for that. I don't think people think of that sometimes. You should be thinking of the child, not some name that you want to call him or her. On the other side of the coin, I think it's very wrong for people to attack you, especially in public, you know, on these keyboard warriors. Tap, 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 tap. That's all they do. Sad, lonely, pathetic individuals who all day long just sit there tapping vile messages to various people. Some of them get caught, though. They get caught. The mum took to Reddit, which is like a chat thing. I've looked at that Reddit thing before. It's a bit complicated for me. To ask users whether she'd made a mistake, and the overwhelming response was that she had. One of them said some names can be used for both genders. Clint is not one of them. I mean, it really isn't. I think Roberto, Robert, Chris. Chris could be girl or boy. I haven't decided what I want to be yet. I don't think I'll ever decide, to be honest. Another replied, not to mention, even if she isn't bullied, there's a chance she'll hate her name. She's almost definitely going by some variant of Annabelle, but nobody is ever going to believe her when she says what her first name is. And if I was a girl, I'd tend to use the middle name. Annabelle, really? Think about her job applications, all official paperwork for years. More importantly, imagine yourself growing up with the name Clint as a woman. And see if you still love it. So that's the story there. Another suggestion was that she changes the names round. You know, she changes the names round. Sort of Annabelle Clint, but not that other way. So maybe so there. Okay. Peter went through school with Paliwoda hard in the 50s and 60s. Excuse me, Peter, I hope you don't find this... Are you of Asian descent? The Paliwoda name sounds a bit Asian-y. Would I be right there? So if you was in school in the 50s and 60s, presumably you would have had a lot of racism in that time at school, would you, my love? Eh? And I'm sorry that you have had it if you did. I'm just assuming there... you might be just white and English. I have no idea what you look like. So there we are. Martin, Retro Restore. Patricia Routledge played Clinty Clint Ridge in the film To Sir With Love. I don't know that film. To Sir With Love. Is that a James Bond film? A James Bond film? I don't know. Don't know. Oh, you're Polish, are you, Peter? Okay, Polish. Paliwoda is a Polish name. It sounds like an Asian name, doesn't it, Paliwoda? Ah, so you're Polish. Well, everyone's welcome anyway. Wherever you're from, we don't care. Chris Williams tried to send an email asking to be re-added to the system. Try it again. Just try it again, Christopher Williams. Haven't you had trouble before with your emails to me, Mr. Williams? I think you have, haven't you? It's got to be done by email, though. Otherwise, I'll forget by the end of the day. Mark Bowles' boy is called SJ. SJ's all right, isn't it? After my dad's initials, SJ. That's all right. SJ, that's all right. SJ. Is he there this morning? He was there the other morning, weren't he? Singing along with us. Scrolling up there. Denise Andrews, 100% with the money. Tell someone and give it back. Yeah, I think you're right there. I think you're right there. Mablethorpe. Oh, you're in Mablethorpe, are you? Yeah, I've been up there a couple of times. The town, the shops are a little bit... Well, where are they? You know, the shops are not all that. But I quite like I think your beach must have been done at some point. That looks quite new to me. You know, where you get to the end and you go up this, like, ramp thing, which is great for people with wheelchairs and prams and things like that, isn't it? Going up there, yeah. The film Martin was mentioning with Lulu about school times in the 60s. Lulu. Oh, yeah, I want to jump. Da, 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 jump. Da, 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 jump. I know, Peter. I've had, I'm a landlord, and I've had Polish boys working for me back down south before. My God, they don't stop working. They get to your place at 8 o'clock in the morning and they start. They might have a sandwich while they don't stop. They might have a sandwich while they're working and they stay there until the job's finished. Amazing. You know, I had my shed done recently, the roof on the shed. You know, the boys were all right doing that. They were all English. But, you know, one morning they turned up about 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I was surprised I was even in. Oh, I didn't think you were Oh, I thought you were coming this morning. No, we were somewhere else this morning. And it's all a bit like that, to be honest. Isn't it? All a bit like that. Another story here. Here we go. This is a nice story. Again, it's the Daily Mirror. Milk rounds. Remember the milk rounds? Remember the milkman? Clinking away outside, wasn't he? The milkman. A couple celebrated spending half a century running a milk round together by delivering their 10 millionth pint. Wow. Anyone still get milk delivered? When I was working at the Black Cap in Camden, I used to get home 3 o'clock, about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I used to go past several milkmen delivering their rounds. That would be around 1992, sort of. They'd be clinking away, and you'd hear them sometimes in bed, you know, just the bottles clinking away. It was a nice sound, and it all disappeared when the supermarkets come along and started selling the milk as well, didn't they? Funny, really. You know, in America, you can go in a supermarket, and some of them, they don't have a dairy. There's no milk or anything. That weird. Not the large supermarkets like Publix and places like that, but the smaller ones, like little... And again, similar to here, they have like shops run by Asians. They seem to be very good at that sort of thing. Business people, you know, running little shops. And you go in, have you got any milk? No, don't sell milk. Oh, weird, isn't it? But that's just how it is over there. This wonderful couple, Maureen, who's 83, and Derek, who's 84, I've had to get up for work at 2 o'clock in the morning for the last 50 years. Maybe that's why they keeping going. I was talking to my brother-in-law about this yesterday. When you get over a certain age, if you haven't got a job, you need a passion. You need something that you like to do. Now, whether that will be going out and playing football, or having little model electric railways, or baking cakes, or doing DIY, putting Lego together, or sitting in little rooms talking to yourself for hours on end. Hello. You need a passion in your life. That passion in your life cannot be sitting down on your fat ass watching the telly. That can't be a passion. Okay? It's doing you no good at all. My latest passion is, as you know, is wombling. I go out and I physically go and collect litter. I'm actually thinking of getting an actual wombling outfit next. What do you think about that? I'm gonna have this little womble outfit. They get very hot. They'd have to have little fans in it. I would imagine they were heavy as well, those womble outfits. Don't you think so? They'd have to have little fans in it to keep me cool. Right? I'm going to have a wombling outfit, or perhaps a little speaker on the side, constantly playing the song. Underground, overground, wombling free. The wombles of Wimbledon, the womble of Chapel Hill, I am he. I do it here, and I do it in Bracknell over the forest. I go and collect litter. Why? Because I don't want to live in a dump. That's why. There's nothing worse than driving along a beautiful lane surrounded by beautiful countryside and little chickens and animals and things like that, and there it is. A shining metal can on the floor. Or worse than that, a glass bottle. Or a plastic bottle. I hate it. And at the end of the day, no one else is going to pick it up. I say no one else. There's a few of us who does it. I haven't found anyone around here who does it yet. But certainly when I've gone over the forest and sort of where I live in Bracknell, I've come across generally old people. Who do the same as me. We go around and we pick litter up. You cannot... Ow! I ain't touching that. That ain't my bag of crisps. Well, go and live in a dump then, if that's what you want to do. Go and live in a dump. Oh, that's the council's job. Yeah, add that onto your council tax. Oh, why has my council tax gone on? Because we've had to come employ someone to pick your crap up off the street. That's why. But they can't get round to it all. There's not enough of them. So I took it upon myself, and that's my latest thing. I love doing it. I wish I'd have... if I did it in Skegness, I'd have to have about 3 large black bags. And then you know it'd be back there the next day, you know. But anyway, back to this. Maureen, I very much doubt it's just a milk round to them. It's a passion as well. They've got up at 2 a.m. for the last 50 years, and they've never, ever taken a day off. They say, here we go, they say their happy and healthy life is down to great milk and plenty of fresh air. Of course, they would get that if they... And all the movement, in and out, you know, walking up to people's front doors and what have you. Maureen says, I couldn't imagine a life where I don't do this. I'm 83. Let's get you a picture of them. They don't look particularly happy, to be honest. They don't look particular. They don't look like the sort of people that you'd want to stop in the street and say hello to. Hang on a minute. There you go. There's a picture. They don't look particularly happy, do they? Can you see that? They could have smiled for the blooming picture, couldn't they? Let's see, have we got any text messages coming through this morning? Stephen, I'll read that in a moment. I'm 83, I don't feel great. The couple used to run a supermarket in Leeds until a sales rep changed their lives in 1970. 1970, it's 50 years. 50 years ago, that is. Feel old? The visitor mentioned a milk round which could fetch them £100 a week. A little fortune at the time. Derek, who's an engineer, had always wanted to be a business owner and decided to ring Leeds Co-op Dairy and was invited to follow around that weekend. 5 decades later, the couple have yet to miss a morning delivery on their run in Sherburn in Elmet. I've no idea where that is, and its surrounding areas, and don't expect it to be stopping anytime soon. They're going a box. They'll be in a box when they finish. They want to carry on doing it, and why not? There's a lot of people that have been forced retired. They've got perfectly good heads on their shoulders, and they're forced retired and they don't last be long there because they don't have a purpose anymore. You need a purpose, and if you haven't got one, you need to find one. And maybe that will be going out and picking people's litter off the floor. Maybe it will be baking cakes and giving them to people. You need to find or have a purpose in your life. some sort of hobby, whatever. They deliver roughly 4,000 pints of milk to 680 loyal customers each week. That's quite a lot, isn't it? Each week in their village of just 6,000 people. And it goes on. Isn't that a lovely story? They still do it. But I'm looking at these pictures. They just don't look very happy. There's another picture here. Look. Why don't they look very happy doing this? Hang on a minute. There's another picture. They still don't look very happy in this one. They look like they're going to someone's front door there. That looks like a nice house, doesn't it? Look at that. That looks like a really posh house there. You know. All right. Lovely story there. Text here from... Where's that text gone now? Stephen Petty. Oh, hang on a minute. Let's just... He sent this in ages ago, this text. I'm having to put the phone over there because it's interfering with the noise. Stephen was... he was having a wee in the services hedge yesterday behind my lorry. I counted 12 rats. Fat rats. All because lazy lorry drivers can't be bothered to put their rubbish in the bin. See? And I just don't understand how we got to that. Really, people dropping the rubbish. And I've mentioned it so many times before now. I don't get how we got to simply just dropping rubbish down all the time. I really don't get it. Anyway, let's just clear that down there. If you want to text in at any time, it's 07551 259 675. Don't forget, it's not a phone number that you can talk to someone on. It's only for texts. Okay. Let's see. East Coast. There's an ex-homeless guy in Skeggy. Does well picking up the litter with his dog. He's done it for years, even when he's lived on the beach in his tent. There you go. There's other people that do it. Jason, my purpose in life is getting up and wondering which Gregs I'm going to end up during the day. That's his passion. He goes around the country and visits different Gregs. It's in Leeds, is it? Thank you, Parknest. Thank you, Parknest. Where are we now? Let's scroll down there. Jason used to help on a milk round. Did we just go a little bit dark there? What's going on there? We had this problem with the camera the other day. It keeps losing its brilliance. I don't know what's going on there. It must be a setting that I've adjusted somewhere. Jason Hughes used to help on a milk round in the late 1980s. Hard work, early starts, collecting money in the evenings at the end of the week, and of course all day Saturday, delivering twice as much stuff: bread, eggs, and bacon. Yes. What else have we got here? Fran's been to Mablethorpe. Lovely beaches, loads of seats. It's a lovely beach, that Mablethorpe. They must have recently done it. There's a nice little ice cream. There's a little ice cream place on the corner. It's on the end. Nice ice creams there, and a sweet shop a little bit further on, doing all those, like fudge. 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 We like fudge. Steve Carter still gets his milk delivered. Thinking it's making a bit of a comeback now as it's so convenient. And of course, glass bottles, Steve. Fantastic. Recycle. You don't need to smash them up. You just wash them out and reuse them again. It's blooming plastic stuff. In one way, it's the worst thing ever invented, plastic, isn't it? It's all over the blooming place. John Aitken. Good morning, John. My Uncle George was a milkman. He always gave me an extra milk carton at school playtime. I was the milk monitor at school. Oh, yes. You had to be nice to me, otherwise you didn't get the milk. What's that thing they said about Mrs. Thatcher? Thatcher, milk snatcher, didn't they? She nicked all the milk. Let's just scroll down there. Dun, 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 dun. Where are we? Let's go back down to the bottom there. It's getting too much. I can't cope with the messages. First electric cars were milk floats, Chris. Yes, of course they were. Yeah, they were, weren't they? And funnily enough, talking about milk floats and electric cars, there's a new electric car in France. It's great. It's a tiny thing. It's a little cube. And it says in the Daily Mail this morning, France is embracing Citroen's new electric cube car. as commuters return to work in the aftermath of the lockdown. Citroen AMI, which can be driven by children as young as 14 years old who have passed a moped test, has received rare reviews since it hit Paris's streets in March. It's the first I've heard of it. This dinky vehicle is sold online at French retailers and is also being offered by a self-service car sharing company in Paris in a range of arty designs. I'm going to show you that this is lovely, this little car. I love it. It doesn't do many miles though. The car itself is just a touch over £5,000. It's not bad, is it? £5,000 for a brand new electric car. It's safe to operate on city roads. Drivers can't travel much further than the city as the range is only 44 miles. But of course, if you live in a city, that's actually quite a large area, 44 miles. You know, when you think you go across London, I don't know what the distance is across London, but it's not far. It's certainly not 44 miles. I could probably get from my house, which is in Bracknell in Berkshire, okay, down a motorway. I'm on the motorway 20 miles, I suppose, 25 miles or something like that. So when you get to it's not far going across London. But I could actually get to London only one way on a 44 mile charge car. It's targeting eco-conscious youth with the affordable, and £5,000 is affordable, fully electric vehicle, which reaches a top speed of just 30 miles an hour. It's not yet available in the UK, although Citroen plans to expand to other markets in Europe this year. And these cars are lovely. Let me see if I've got a list of a little picture of all the different colours there. They've all got wonderful designs, and this is what we need on cars. Cars are boring, all one colour, aren't they? You could have it sprayed at enormous expense to yourself, but why can't we have cars with pictures on the side? Because that's what they've done with these. They're fantastic. Now, you can't see them that well, but there's a long row of them here. Look at that. I love a car, well, actually with a Union Jack on it, with a Union flag on it. Look at those. Wouldn't that be great? A lot of money to have your car sprayed, but if you can buy it like that, why not? I think that's fantastic. And you just plug them in. Can be charged as a domestic socket in just 3 hours. 3 hours. And you've got a 6 kilowatt electric motor, which is linked to a 5.5 kilowatt lithium ion battery. The car's two doors open in opposite directions. Blooming great. And then they've got some grey ones. But actually, you'll see from one of the grey ones, you can see the size of it there. I don't know if it's one person or two people. I'm not sure if it's one or two people. I have a feeling that's just a one-person car. But there we are, look. That's it. Little cube. I mean, it's an improvement on the Sinclair C5. Do you remember that? Blooming dangerous. That was like down there. You couldn't see it if you was in a lorry. I wonder how many people died in Sinclair C5s. I love it. I love those little cars there. It's a shame they can't go a little bit further. They'd be no good to me, unfortunately. 44 miles, not doing enough there. Gary, you can get one with Mark Bowles' picture on it. I like the sound of that, actually, yeah. Peter Palawoda, a Twizy. I've seen those. I've seen Twizy. And funnily enough, you could hire them. When I went to Rome some years ago with my friend, and we were walking around, and you could see Twizzies for hire. This is little open door things, aren't they? Renault, I think, make those. They're pretty cool. But it was a lot of money to hire one of those for a day. It was ridiculously expensive. Ridiculously expensive. Probably cheaper to start buying one than to hire one of these things for a few hours. But they were good. Dave-O takes fossil fuel to generate the electricity. No, not if it's come off a windmill or solar. You know, you can't just get renewable energy. It takes time, Dave. It takes time. Eventually, we will replace the fossil fuel with these other things. You know, you can't just suddenly make 10 million windmills appear. It takes time. And if no one takes the move to move forward, it will never happen. You can't think like that. It takes fossil fuels. Of course it does at the moment. Of course it does, because that's all we've got. But eventually, this stuff will come along and the renewable will get more and more thing. We're already able to store it a little bit better now. Not perfectly. It all takes time, this stuff. Nothing is instant. Like the coronavirus vaccine. Maybe it'll never happen. You know, maybe it will never happen. There's still no... there's no cures for many diseases like diabetes. There's no cure for that. But if you're lucky, you might have the particular type of diabetes like my brother-in-law got, that you can diet your way out of. You can diet, not all of it though. There's no cure. Instead, you have to take all these pills for the rest of your life. You know, maybe there will be a cure in the future. But with the coronavirus vaccine, well, there's lots of viruses around, you know, that you can't cure, but people take pills and things like that with them already. Well, what do you mean, well, I got a reaction? What do you mean, well, I got a reaction? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, it's pouring down with rain again. Pouring. Can you hear it? Gosh, it's got really windy outside there. Oh, 35 likes. Oh, thank you for that. I've just realised I haven't shown you the pictures yet. First of all, let me show you the pictures here as sent in by the delightful... where is it? And thank you, Paul Copeland. I've just seen your thing coming in there. And Gary Ross's address. John Parrish, here we are. Having a domestic in France. Apparently John Parrish and his beautiful wife, there she is. She's got her own YouTube channel there. Having a row. But it all ended up well. John Parrish paid the bill at the dinner. So that's good news as well, isn't it? There he is, look. Good. That's the best picture I've ever seen you of there, all right? Thank you, you two. Thank you, you two. And also, gang, I went on an afternoon tea with Adam the plumber the other day. Okay? And we had a lovely time. It was for his birthday. A little video. It's about 4 minutes long, coming up for you right now, of our afternoon tea at Coworth Park in Ascot. At Coworth Park for Adam's birthday celebration dinner, which is a bit late, isn't it, really? How many months late is it?
May the 23rd, so just over a month.
Never mind.
No, not over a month, is it? Longer than that. What am I on about?
Yeah. What do you think of it here, then? You haven't been here before.
No,
There's the other half, Royston. Say hello. With his newly dyed hair. What did you use, Domestos, dear? God's sake, man.
Yes, it's absolutely stunning here. Not particularly warm today, but it's still very, very pleasant. And the smell of the flowers and the calm waters of the...
Are you making this up, dear? There's no flowers. Oh, you mean the lavender over there, don't you?
Lavender, yes.
Yeah.
It reminds me of my toilet duck.
Is that your favourite one, lavender toilet duck, is
Yes.
it? Anyway, let's have a look at the house.
The further you go,
There it is. I've been here a few times myself. About 2.5 years ago last time I went there, but it's really very nice. That is where we'll be having afternoon tea, in that room there. Come inside. This is the entrance to the main part of the hotel there. Reception. Just to the left is the door that you come in. Any requests for some music over there?
Yes, I think we should have the United Kingdom talk theme tune. Dum 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 dum.
Beef with horseradish.
So those two are beef and horseradish.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
You can get as many more as you
Okay,
want.
lovely.
We have the raisin and plain scones with some lemon verbena jam, Cornish clotted cream and raspberry. And for your pastries, we have the Cabot Park chocolate cube with a little caramel on the inside, a little gold leaf on top, vanilla with raspberry shoe, and a little gold leaf again on the top, apricot frangipani tart with lemon thyme on the inside and a little gold leaf.
There we are.
Happy birthday, dear
Adam. Very well sung, sir. Happy birthday. There you go.
Through my singing,
No, you're singing. Lovely voice, thank
so
you.
if you can't finish it, you can box it up, you can take it home.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Lovely. May I ask,
Yes.
what the...
It's a raspberry sponge on the inside and a white chocolate cake on the outside
Lovely.
with a little dark chocolate black.
Excellent.
on the top.
Thank you.
Little biscuit at the bottom. Enjoy.
It says happy birthday on
It
it.
does.
Just get a little bit closer. There we are. Oh, go on, shove that in your fat mouth. Happy birthday to my good friend Adam.
Thank you, dear.
After our delicious afternoon tea, looked after so expertly as always at Coworth Park, we went out to have a little look around the grounds. They have lots of horse type events here, polo and things like that going on. It's a massive lake, plenty of fish in there. And in a moment you'll see the beautiful water fountains. There they are, look at that.
Still a bit wet though. That's alright, so I'll hot some of the days and dry out.
And that was our day afternoon out for Adam's birthday at Coworth Park. Oh, I forgot I'd done that little bit of talk over there. There you go. There's the three of us sitting in front of the mirror there. Look at the old boy on the left. Lovely place. Absolutely beautiful place. You ever get a chance to do an afternoon tea, save up a bit of money. You know, they're not cheap. Not something that you could possibly do every week, I'm afraid. But absolutely lovely. Denise can see that was a lovely place. I'm sure that's something you've done before, isn't it, Denise? You must have been to an afternoon tea. If not, get the old boy to take you there for some time. Dear me. Spend some of that money, my love. Sell a chicken. Okay, Rachel says, wow, what a hotel. I would buy a hotel if I won the lottery so I could go running around wherever and play hide and seek. There's a lot of places to hide there. It's beautiful. It's massive, the grounds there. And, of course, middle of Ascot. You know, there's some money around there. Funnily enough, while I was there, there was all these Arabian type people outside, you know, from some Arab countries, just standing outside. And we discovered when we were walking around the grounds, we discovered that they were waiting for a sheik. A sheik, S-H-E-I-K, I think. A sheik, which I'm not quite sure what a sheik is, but I know that they're very rich people. I just know that. Right? And we went walking around and we noticed they were setting up for a wedding and there were some people at the wedding as well. That blooming picture's dimmed again, isn't it? I don't know what's going on with that picture. So we had a walk around and we had our afternoon tea. Halfway through the tea, I got up to go downstairs to the toilet. And I'm having my wee. I went to wash my hands and there's a bloke standing next to me. I didn't really look over, you know. And we'd been outside walking earlier on. It was a bit chilly. I said, it's a bit cold out there today. He said, yeah, too right it was, with heavy accent. And I looked over and I said, are you with a wedding party? He said, yeah, you could say that. You could say that, mate, he said. I said, well, good luck to you. Don't get too cold out there. He said, I won't, mate. And he held the door open for me. And I'm going out and I think, oh, my God, that was the sheik I was just talking to his dad in there in the toilet, love. See, we're all cut from the same cloth. All cut, except for Peter Wright. I don't know where he comes from there. Denise went to the Ritz for an afternoon tea. Lovely, Denise. Lovely, Denise. Love going out to try different places for afternoon tea. Me and my mate, we haven't been for a year or so now, to be honest. But that's one of the things we were doing for some time now, going to afternoon teas at various... We've been to some wonderful places, me and my mate, and sometimes someone else as well. Fortnum and Masons. I've done the Harrods one twice, which is nice. Lots of hotels. The Grove in Watford. The Mandarin Oriental. Oh, God. In Knightsbridge. Fantastic. Claridge's. We did Claridge's once. Fantastic. You know, these are expensive things, but for what you get for the money, it's fantastic. I mean, my sister has no interest in these at all. She doesn't understand why you would pay so much to go and have these sandwiches and sit down basically and eat sandwiches and drink tea. But I see it all, you see, the gold and the expensive artwork and the service. You know, Denise, I'm not telling you something you don't know. The service. They bend over backwards. They do anything you ask them to do, you know. Would you like anything else? Or the worst one was Selfridges. They just had not a clue how to do it. There's the sandwiches. Get on with it. That was about it. No, not impressed with the Selfridges one. We complained. We actually got a full refund, believe it or not, which is fair to them, the fair comment to them there. But they didn't know how to do it, Selfridges. I was really surprised at that. Very disappointed with that one. We thought that would be one of the better ones. But I bet the top two, absolutely, Mandarin Oriental and Claridge's were the top ones. Absolutely. And Adam the plumber, he took me to the Dorchester for my birthday. That was back in February. That was nice as well. Is that something that you'd like to do, Mark Bowles? Eh? Would you like that? Come to an afternoon tea with me? I don't know if you'd be able to wear the grey tracksuit, though. I'd love you in the grey tracksuit. I don't think they'd want that, though. Not Greasy Joe's, Peter. Let's have a look. John Aitken says it looks delicious. Heidi Young looks lovely. It really was. In fact, Heidi, I think they do an afternoon tea at the Tea House in the Woods in Woodall Spa. Obviously, it's not like a grand affair like what you saw there, but apparently that's quite nice if you ever wanted to do that. Afternoon tea at... I might check that out, actually. My nephew's wife showed an interest in going for an afternoon tea. I don't know if she wanted... She's probably done that one. I don't know if they were or not. Okie doke. Meghan and Harry. Meghan and Harry are about to be film producers. Oh, yes. They found a little job. Thank God for that. What were they going to do with themselves, dear? Little Meghan and Harry, bless them. Oh. Meghan and Harry could rake in up to £75 million. It just shows you've got the name. I'm surprised I can't get £1 million out of anyone. You know, what with my name being an international television YouTube sensation. Incidentally, there's hope for me. There's a YouTuber apparently has become the 40th presenter of Blue Peter. Does anyone watch that anymore? I think that had they took it off BBC One and that was it. It's just on its own little children's channel now, isn't it? You know, I don't think they have many people watching it at all now, Blue Peter. But in my day, you know, John Noakes, Peter Purvis, Valerie Singleton, then Leslie Judd. They were my presenters. Anyway, they've got a new presenter on Blue Peter, and he's a YouTube channel person. Yeah. And someone online had found pictures of him dressed up in dresses and things like that. And oh, wow, look, this sort of person is going to be on children's show. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, so what? So what? Is he going to wear a dress when he's doing Blue Peter? Probably not. And even if he was, I don't think the kids would bat an eyelid. Do you? What difference does it make what he does on his YouTube channel? You know, you have no idea what I do when I'm not sitting here talking to you, do you? You don't want to know. Neither do I, actually. But this bloke was on there, and he's quite... I watched his YouTube channel. I can't think what his name is now. He's very, very right-wing. Far, far further right than me. But he comes up with a lot of common sense. And he says, yes, and Blue Peter has got its 40th presenter. Good luck to him, but he wears dresses. And he showed pictures of him that he'd grabbed off his YouTube thing of this bloke in dresses. And I'm thinking, yeah, what's your point? So what? Don't care. Don't care. Irrelevant. If he's sitting there entertaining children for the period of time that he's on Blue Peter, so what? Makes no difference to me. You know. Meghan Markle, however, they're going to be with Netflix. £75 million up to, after signing a mega money deal with Netflix experts. So they really spend the money, don't they, Netflix? Of course, they've got it coming in, but they do not spend a lot of money. That Crown series costs them a fortune. A fortune. Of course, you've got to shell out to get money back, haven't you? That's how it is. Excuse me, hiccups. They've never produced a TV show, but they're going to make documentaries, films, scripted and children's programmes. Do you know what? Good luck to them. They didn't want the royal things, so they're trying to find something else. I think it's a great shame that Harry kind of left, but that's what he chose to do. Good luck to anyone young who tries to do something else. I don't care what you are, you know. If you're 18 and you've just started jobs in McDonald's, I used to have kids come up to me when I was DJing. Oh, I just got a new job, Chris. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, no, I don't want to tell you. It's embarrassing. No, go on. 18, 19, while I was DJing, you know. 18, 19. Go on, tell us what it is. Well, it's McDonald's. Oh, fantastic. You've got a job. You've got a job. You are earning your own money. Not nicking off the blooming government and all the rest of us paying in our taxes. You've got off. You're lazy. You're not a lazy bum. You've got off your bum and you've found out and you've got a job of some sorts. Brilliant. 10 out of 10. Not someone in, oh, where's the forms to fill in so I can get more money out of the government? Unless, of course, you're disabled. Different story altogether. I'm talking about people who are quite well abled and are able to go out and do a job. You know, there's plenty of people who are well abled who pretend to have, I've got a bad leg. Oh, I can't work. I've got a bad leg. And then you see them climbing on someone's roof. Hate those people. Hate them. Their lives have a... Then there are also people who can't find a job. You know, they can't get jobs in their area. There's no jobs. Fair enough. I've got great respect for anyone who gets any sort of job, whether you're working at McDonald's, a cleaner, or a brain surgeon in a hospital. All the same to me, you've got a job. Fantastic. The couple who quit royal duties in March said they wanted their impactful output. Isn't it? We'll find that one coming up on the news all the time in a minute, won't we? There's the latest expression. Impactful output. Do you think I do have an impactful output? What about you, Mark Bowles? Do you have an impactful output? They want to unlock action and give hope. God knows we need hope, don't we? Their lives have allowed us to understand the power of the human spirit, of courage, resilience, and the need for connection, they added. Their friends, the Obamas, we liked him, didn't we? Old, forgotten his first name now. Old Obama. What's his name? I quite like that Michelle as well. She's a bit mouthy, isn't she? That's what you need to run a country, someone with a bit of mouth. Their lives have allowed us to understand the power of the human spirit. The Obamas, also first-time producers, reportedly received up to £74 million in a similar Netflix deal in 2018. Before signing with Netflix, Harry and Meghan had talks with Disney and Apple. Yes, I thought they were going to go with Disney. The New York Times reports. Perhaps did they go for the most money or what they could be most creative with? I would go for the latter. You know. When the time comes, and Netflix will approach me, and probably the BBC and ITV, although I don't know if I want to go on ITV. I don't want to go on a failing network, you know. What's happened to ITV, dear? All they got is Emmerdale and Coronation Street. It's just so boring on there. Oh, Simon Cowell's back with the X Factor. Oh, whoopee-doo. Load of old crap. I would go for the more creative, you know, if someone said to me, right, here's £100 million, but you need to do exactly what we tell you to do, or here's £100, we'll tell you what to do, but you can have some creative input of your own into that, I'd go for the £100. Don't be led by money. They'll be very upset. There's managers who I've worked for in pubs who are totally and utterly led by money, and it's not satisfiable. End of the night, perhaps on a busy night, say a Saturday, you know, this week you got, I don't know what, £1,000 in a till. Wow! The next week they get £999 and they go into depression. They go into depression. Each week has to be more than the week before. Otherwise, they think they are dismal, total and utter failures. How can you be led by money like that? Well, the answer is so many people are. I never understand these people from large organisations like British Gas or something. They come on the telly and gleefully tell us all that their company has just made £530 billion, while at the same time putting everyone's prices up 10%. How is that good news? Yeah, we made 500... Well, what do you want me to do, smile? Don't be led by money. It's just boring. I was never led by money. Never. And it goes on. So it looks like they're going to be on the Netflix. Be interested to see what they do. Perhaps, I would imagine that Meghan, she likes to be on the old... She was an actress, wasn't... Oh, she looks very beautiful in that. Oh, that's been touched up, that photograph. I hate touched up photographs, don't you? Let's see how it really is. But I'd be very surprised if she doesn't front some of those programmes. Possibly, is she she's got children now. She's probably a child person. She could do something like that, couldn't she? Read stories or something from a book, maybe. I don't know how it would work there. Be quite nice, wouldn't it? John Parrish, you're the best looking there, dear. Thank you, John. I think if you look around the YouTube, I'm not necessarily the best looking or the youngest, but I think I'm probably one of the better dressed ones on there, don't you think? Let's have a look there. Get Pretty. Do you mean Pretty Patel? Rent a gob. I like Pretty Patel. She's strong. You want someone strong running the country. Pretty Patel is. Even that Labour bloke. What's his name? Oh, Kia. It's Kia. Kia, isn't it? Kia. He seems quite a strong character. He might be quite good at running the country, mightn't he? But he just looks a bit plastic with that haircut, dear. Is it a wig? Is it a wig? Don't move. He's got this like greased hair. It looks dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Boris has clearly got a comb over. Can we have someone with hair, please, running the country? Pretty Patel, I quite like her. Hello to Tony King. Tony King, I think I've said hello to you. Mark Bowles, what about a drug runner? That's a job. No, dear. No. Hello, Chris, I've got a new job. I think you need a different job. Yeah, Frank Boff was fired because of dodgy dealings. He shouldn't have been fired. Shouldn't have been fired, Frank Boff. What a great presenter he was. He should not have been fired. A great man. I don't care what people do in their private lives. I really don't. As long as you're entertaining me, so be it. Parkness went to Harry Ramsden's. I did the Uri Geller joke with the bent cutlery. It went down like bacon butties, ham sandwiches and pork pies at a bar mitzvah. Oh, you'll upset our Jewish friends now. They're beyond you for that one. Feel free to attack him on there, Jewish friends. All right? Fran, I can't have a birthday afternoon tea 2 days before Christmas. Too busy and too expensive. Have it another time, Fran. You want an afternoon tea on a quiet day? Go during the week. Don't go on a Saturday. That's the busiest day. Go during the week. I was very impressed with the social distancing in there, I must say. They usually have every table in there, and there was only 6 of them that were operating in that room there. Okay. Good. George has texted us. Well, it's a joke. Well, what's that got to do with anything we're doing at the moment? Sending in jokes, George. Do try and stick with what we're doing at the time, dear. I never understand that. You'll be doing stories and things, and someone will put a message up. It's absolutely nothing to do with anything we're doing. Very strange and mysterious. That's what it is. George is doing bingo on his channel soon, in a couple of days. Now, this is disgusting. In the Daily Mirror this morning, I mean, some people will go to enormous lengths to get free food, and I've seen it. Excuse me. This steak is overcooked. We want a refund. You've seen it. It's disgusting. People are disgusting people. This is the worst one I've ever heard. In the Daily Mirror today, a man allegedly tried to avoid paying for his £55 platter of food by covering his plate with his own, how can I put this, little black curly hairs. pair of scissors, cut, put it over his food. Dirty, disgusting people. Soon things got hairy when the restaurant owner in Blackburn, Lancashire, watched back the closed-circuit television tape minutes after he kicked up a fuss. Got it on camera. Dirty people. They're young lads. They look about 30-ish, 25, 30-ish. The two diners had ordered £67 worth of food at popular John's Barbecue Kitchen Restaurant and Grill, but they weren't happy with what was on offer and tried to avoid paying the bill. The restaurateur claims the footage shows one of the men shoving his hands down the front of his shorts twice. He then sprinkles something over the remaining kebabs, lamb chops and curries. The owner, Ahmed Wasim, says the men then made a huge scene, claiming they'd found someone else's hair in their food. I would call the police. They allegedly refused to pay and started shouting and swearing at the businessman and his staff during the clash. Ahmed and his team guessed something wasn't right when they spotted pube-like hairs in the man's biryani. That must be the name of the dish. I don't know what, I've never had something like that. So biryani, kebabs and naan breads. So they checked the closed-circuit television and made the grim discovery. A 10-minute rout ensued, after which the two men chucked £20, less than a third of their bill, at the waiter and stormed out. Ahmed reported it to the police, who have approached for a comment. He added, when they entered my restaurant, he ordered a big platter. I told him it's £55 platter for 4 people. He said he was hungry. Here we go. Ahmed claims the young men, who he says looked 26 or 27, suddenly went berserk and started abusing them. Dreadful people. I apologised and said we'll get you new food. He was asking for us to get him money back. I apologised because the customer is always right. This is a decent man running that restaurant. And he was shouting and saying, look, effing here, money isn't the problem. That's what the customer said. The problem here is young people who are insulting to me. It's disgusting, isn't it? Closed-circuit television footage also appears to show one man plucking hairs from his head and dropping them onto his food. I hope they find those people and give them some sort of enormously large fine. Or maybe bang them up for a couple of weeks. That'd teach them a lesson. How can you do that to someone's business? And they're just so totally and utterly disgusting, aren't they, people? They really are. They really are. Parkness says he doesn't discriminate. He mocks everyone. Denise is a Christmas baby as well. Oh, but it gives you something to look forward to when I get vouchers. Oh, I hate vouchers. Vouchers are boring, Denise. Don't have vouchers, darling. And sometimes you can have vouchers and the place goes bust. Or they run out of time. Watch out for that. Dates on vouchers, you know. Daniel Holmes once had dinner at Uri Geller's house. Ended up with soup all down my front. Oh. John Aitken, you really should go to the Wolsey for afternoon tea. It's a beautiful restaurant. That is on my list to go there, actually. The Wolsey. Not this month. I've just got an update for my American Express meal, and it's not looking very good this month, to be honest. Won't be this month or next. Actually, I've got to buy someone something fairly large. Biryani is a rice, is it? Okay, with fish, chicken, or just vegetables. Very delicious and filling. I've had vegetable curries before, not cooked by me. I can't do it. I can't cook curries. I don't know why. In restaurants, I think it was in. Oh no, that was a Thai green curry. Yeah, it was I had Thai green curry before, but it was vegetables. That was at New York Airport. Oh, it's lovely. In business class, lovely. Got to save up the money, go business, right? Went in there, and you're sitting in there, and so, okay, the restaurant's now open. Anyone who'd like dinner, it's all included in the price. You go in and you choose what you want. I had Thai vegetable green curry. It was lovely. Lovely. But I've cooked curries before, and they just don't work. I'm doing something wrong to them. They stink. They smell really bad. Nothing like, you know, when you go past these wonderful Indian restaurants, you've got those smells coming out. Beautiful smells. Not from my... I had to chuck it away. It was awful. 3 times I tried to do this and it just didn't work for me for some reason. Send them to prison in a wig, Peter. Yeah, that's right. So we'll send them to a gay prison. Let the gays give them teach them a few lessons. They won't want to go back in there after that, mate. That's what they should do to these people. All this blooming namby-pamby stuff. Oh, let's talk to them and find out what's wrong. No, do something to them to upset them, dear. Parkness says the Harry Ramsden thing really happened. His other half wasn't impressed. Vouchers for afternoon tea in a posh restaurant I get and like. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Right, some more stories here. Winter Wonderland. Anyone been to that? I've never been to that. I've come across a couple of people who have been to that who tell me that it's expensive and very, very busy at the Winter Wonderland that they held each year in one of the... Hyde Park? In one of the parks near to Marble Arch. Well, it's off, I'm afraid. In the Daily Mail, Winter Wonderland has been cancelled because of the social distancing, as Britain's most festive street is forced to cancel its Christmas lights event due to the pandemic. And it's a shame, really, because even if you don't go, you can appreciate the lights. If you're standing in the park near Marble Arch, you can see this wonderful little round things, what people go on, you know, what they called, you know, the Ferris wheel. And all these fun there things moving around with brightly coloured pink, yellow, blue, red, whatever colour lights. Beautiful. Not happening. Organisers of the Hyde Park event, there you go, Hyde Park, have today revealed that the event would not be going ahead. The London attraction, started 13 years ago, brings in millions of families each year. And I do know people that have seen it, have been. Last year, it's estimated 3.5 million people attended it. Generating roughly £100 million for the capital's economy. So not a small amount of money, eh? Winter Wonderland said in a statement, it's always been about bringing friends and family together in a fun, safe and interactive environment to celebrate the festive season. There is a picture here of... That looks like it's been doctored a bit, actually, the picture. But it gives you a sort of idea of what it looks like. And you can see it from quite far away. You don't actually have to... be there. I don't know if you have to pay to go in or you pay per ride or something like that. There's a couple of bits there. Okay. All right. That's a shame, isn't it? Anyone been to that? Winter Wonderland? Walking in the Winter Wonderland. In the meadow we will be a snowman. That one. Sounds nice. Bay Trees Winter Wonderland. I don't know where that one is. We went to... there's actually a video of it somewhere. Last year we went to one of the garden centres. Now, where was it? That was with Stacey. We all went to this garden centre and they had the most magnificent display of lights and things like that. And there was a little train running around. Well, I think when we went there, the train wasn't running, but a train running around. It's basically a garden centre selling their stuff, but it was done out really well. Yeah, there was little models and things like that going around. I can't remember where it was now. Woodside. Could be Woodside Garden Centre. Let's have a quick look. See if that's it. Woodside Garden Centre. No. That's not it. Scottish Borders. Oh, there's a few. I can't remember what it was called now. That's a shame. Can't remember what it was called, but it was a lovely place. Really nice. John Aiken, I've got a voucher for the Ivy restaurant. Had it since my birthday last year. Oh, watch out for the date on that, John. Mind you, if it's something like the Ivy, I very much doubt that you'd have, even if it went out of date, you could probably ring them and they'd do something for you, I'm sure. With those, like, you know, classy places like that, I'm sure they'd do something for you. Peter Paliwoda, Winter Wonderland at mine this December. Warming around a candle. Oh, wow. That's nice, isn't it? Wow. How are we doing on stories? We're nearly done with stories there. We're nearly done. Oh, yes. 2 more stories. and then we'll do today's raffle tickets, okay? Ever gone to McDonald's? How many times... Oh, sorry, the ice cream machine's broken. How many times have you heard that in a McDonald's? It's all lies. In the Daily Mirror this morning, ever wondered why you often aren't able to get ice cream when you visit McDonald's? Or why the machines always seem to be out of order? A former employee has shared the reason. Now, I've had the same in KFC. KFC do absolutely, or they used to do, delicious ice creams in there. That's the only thing I ever bought in there. Ice creams come out of the Mr. Whippy thing, you know, that sort of thing. It says, although you can't beat the ice creams from an ice cream van or Skegness Beach. Very good value for money. When we go to McDonald's, it says in the Daily Mirror, we all want a Big Mac, some nuggets, the fries, and to finish it off with, it has to be a McFlurry. But more often than not, when we're ordering, the person behind the till will dash all our hopes and dreams by informing us that the ice cream machine's broken. It's happened so many times to me. Sad times, however, it turns out that this isn't actually the case, reports the Liverpool Echo. An ex-McDonald's employee shared a staff secret about why you weren't able to get a McFlurry or a milkshake at the time. According to the former worker, the machines aren't usually broken. The staff probably just can't be bothered to clean them. That's what it is. I don't know how difficult it is to clean an ice cream machine. No idea. Back in October, Twitter user Will Doyle posted, by the way, I used to work at McDonald's. The ice cream machine was never broke. It just takes 3 hours to clean. So we used to say it was broke so we didn't have to serve you. Cheers. Wow. And he's not the only one revealing this. Another ex-McDonald's employee, Michael, says the ice cream machine was always working. It just took too long to clean it, so we used to tell everyone it was broken. In response to this, a different user asked, I don't understand, why couldn't you just say it's being cleaned or maintenanced? Another was replied saying, because people don't understand that you can't use it when it's on its cleaning cycle. They just think you're wiping it down or something, so it's easier to say that it's broken. So there we are. Earlier this week, McDonald's also commented on the cleaning of their ice cream machines after a customer complained the machine was broken during the visit. A spokesman for the fast food chain responded to the query, writing, our shake and soft served ice cream machines undergo heat treatment cycles every 24 hours. They're disassembled, sanitised and cleaned every 14 days. We're sorry for any inconvenience. Well, why don't they just have 2 then? I mean, surely but perhaps they haven't got the space for it. I don't know. Maybe they haven't got the space for it. Why don't they have... You'd have 2 machines if that was the case, wouldn't you? It's like when I go out doing karaoke. I have 2 computers with me. One in case the other one goes wrong, although I use the other one now to stream the karaoke. But there's a second one there in case the other one goes wrong. Surely you'd have 2 ice cream machines if that was the case, wouldn't you? I don't know. One more story. And then we'll do this morning's raffle tickets. I'm concerned we might run out of raffle tickets soon while I'm here at the Caravan. But we'll see. The Daily Star this morning. Benidorm. Anyone been to Benidorm? I went for Benidorm for my honeymoon, 1983. It was all right, you know. Except we were disappointed when we went to order English breakfast and the eggs were there and all that. But the sausages were Frankfurters. They weren't proper sausages. We were very disappointed. That's when I was eating dead animals. Well, in the Daily Star this morning, British holidaymakers are limiting their travel amid the pandemic. Nearly all hotels in Benidorm could remain closed until the end of the year. Tourism chiefs reveal only 15 hotels in Benidorm could stay open by the end of September, reports The Sun. The Costa Blanca resort in Spain, which relies on British people, will shut. Nearly 65% of total operating hotels shut by the end of the month. By next month, it's been predicted by Regional Hotel Association, Tony Mayer, Hosbeck president he is, only 10 to 15 of the 140 hotels will remain open. And that's a shame. And Mr. Mayer said, in autumn and winter... Now, I've spoken about this before. As an older person, someone who's retired perhaps, okay... You can go to places like Benidorm and that, dirt cheap, for weeks on end. You can spend an entire month there for like 600 quid. And that probably includes breakfast as well. And it keeps the hotels ticking over, you see. Otherwise, they'd just be empty. So they put on these deals for pensioners who don't want to be here in the cold weather. And they get lost to Benidorm or somewhere like that. Now, don't get me wrong. We're not talking it's going to be 80 or 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 25 to 35 degrees centigrade. But it won't be as cold as it is here. You don't get the 0 temperatures in Benidorm. It'll be probably in the 60s. You know, sort of 15 to 20 centigrade probably. That's what they do in the winter. But Mr. Mayor said in autumn and winter, we rely on international tourism and elderly holidaymakers who are at an all-risk group and are more afraid to travel. He said, if there's no family tourism, because of the schools are starting again, there's not much margin when it comes to keeping the hotels open. I'm not saying some won't stay open, but it'll only be around 10 to 15, they say. So, Benidorm. Anyone been to Benidorm at all? It says travellers this year had limited use of the beaches, but could make reservations online or in person for space on the sand. Well, I mean, it wouldn't really affect me. I'm not a person who can sit just on a beach and do nothing. I get bored. I get really bored. He said the high season has already come to an end and the country is unlikely to see a further influx of vacationers with more space free on the beaches. What a shame. That's a shame, really, that, isn't it, eh? Parkness, I've often wondered why I couldn't get milkshakes from Mackie D's half the time. Yeah. Yeah. Mark Bowles, he's been seen Tacky Jackie, what's that, and Sticky Vicky. Oh, yes. There's some of the entertainment in Benidorm. Rachel hasn't been to Benidorm. Oh, well. Parkness has been to Benidorm a couple of times. Yeah, I've only been once. I was 1983. I'm sure it's very different now. I always remember this lift. I don't know if it's the same now, but this lift, you got in this lift and it just started, and there's no door. It's just like a moving box going up and down. Incredibly dangerous. As you're going up, you see the different levels, big bits of concrete. If you put your hand in there while this thing is moving, well, you'd lose your hand, wouldn't you? It must happen, mustn't it, I suppose? Eh? Must happen. All right, gang, let's do this morning's raffle tickets. We have a raffle every Monday, okay? You can win one of these on a Monday, okay? Every Monday we have a raffle. That light keeps changing, doesn't it? Look at that. Why is it doing that? It was doing that the other day. Can I just double check something while you're there? I want to find out what this problem is. Let's see what happens if I tick that. Or let's untick that. It would probably dim. Put it up one more. Do that. Untick the box. I think that's probably what it is. That's worked, isn't it? That's what it is. I've got a tick in a box. That shouldn't be in there. But I'm a bit bright now. Am I too bright? Is that all right for you? Might be a bit bright now. Hang on, let me see if I can do something else. That's so annoying, that is, isn't it? Let's turn the bright down a little bit. There you go. All right. Contrast as well. Oh, there you go. That should stop doing that now. There you go. That's what it is. Tick in a box. Tick in a box. Okay, so that's what you can win on Monday. If you want to win, you'll need a raffle ticket. They're all free. All the raffle tickets are free. So if you like a raffle ticket, please say ticket please in the chat box. Or if you want to text in, you can text in if you're one of our many silent viewers. 07551 259 675. 07551 259 675. So here we go. Tony King then. Tony King gets 912. Maureen gets 911. Fran Green, 913. Diane Jeb, 914. Jason Hughes, 915. Mark Bowles, 916. Denise Andrews, 917. Heidi Young, 918. Just think, Heidi, if you win, I can bring it round to you. There's our Heidi Young. George Bond, 919. Joe Woodruff, 920. George, did you put your what is the name of your YouTube channel? We don't know what the name, because you're doing bingo and a chat show on Saturday. Is it Saturday morning, your chat show, I think? Let me read the email again. George is doing a little thing as well. George Bonds. Can you mention my YouTube name in your live stream? Well, what is it then? He does bingo on a Sunday morning and a chat show on Saturday morning. George Bond, if you want to join him for his little thing there that he does. All right, my loves. Joe Woodruff. You're 920. 920 for Joe. Rachel, 921. Rachel Wheatland. John Aitken, 922. Daniel Holmes, 923. I had a larder, Mark. Dylan wants number 924. A new lad there. Dylan Hutchinson Telecommunications. Thank you, Dylan. East Coast, UK, 925. In Mablethorpe there. It's all right there. Mablethorpe. That car park's funny, isn't it? You know the one next to the amusements. That's a weird car park, that is. My nephew pulled into this car park. We were staying at the Haven Holidays. You know, the little train comes, but we took the car. And we parked in this car park. This dodgy character come up to us and says, yeah, you need a ticket, mate. It was all very strange. And when we got back there a bit later on, it looked like it would close. We thought it was stuck there. He'd put the chain across. But we found a way out eventually. I think we went out another way there. You know with the car park I mean there. big sort of rough car park looking. I didn't feel that the car was safe there at all, to be honest. East Coast. Ross Herndon, that's the other lad who's in Australia. Sorry, I couldn't remember your name for a moment there, Ross. Ross Herndon, thank you, Ross. 926 for you, Ross. 927 for the delightful Dr. Gregorian. Michael Palman, 928. George Bond, that's the name of the YouTube channel, okay? So that's his name. That's his YouTube channel there. There you go, Martin. Retro Restore, there's a direct link to George Bond's YouTube channel if you want to have a look at that. As always, gang, if there's anything you want posted about your own YouTube channels, please let me know. Just send an email in telling me perhaps about your next show or your next video or your next selection of videos that are coming up and now available. Make sure you put your YouTube channel in there as well. Possibly a link. Then you can't do it, but I and the moderators can post up links onto the chat box for other people to see. And of course, for our people that aren't in the chat box, I'll try and announce it so that they can find it by just doing a search or something. All right. Michael Pullman, where's that? Michael Pullman, excellent. Jason Hughes, yeah, anyone's link, yeah, Martin, anyone who wants to link put up there, that's fine by me. That's great, you know, each and every one, you know, it's all about helping each other, isn't it, really, on this thing. Thank you, Dylan. All right, sir. Has Peter Wright got a channel? How to clean your room with moans. East Coast, your ticket number was 925. Let's check our text. Anyone else want a ticket there? Colin K, thank you, Colin. Colin K, ticket number 929, Colin K. There's Dr. Gregorian's channel there. Right, anyone else want a raffle ticket and they haven't got one already? Please speak now. If I've missed anyone out, which is sometimes happens, just remember, I don't miss anyone out purposely. I sometimes think that people start, oh, haven't given me a ticket. No, I've just missed it. No one's. Why would I do that? You know, it just happens sometimes. So if you've missed you out, please speak now, my darlings. Meanwhile, boys and girls, let's do today's... But it's my mate there, just a moment. Good morning. I'm just speaking to the millions of people at the moment, darling. You okay? I'll ring you straight afterwards. Bye-bye, love. Bye. Oh, he's not well. That's my mate. He's seems to be he's got something wrong came to him. I wonder why I couldn't get him to on the phone yesterday. He seems to be affected by light and loud noises at the moment. So I'll ring him back in a moment. There you go. There's all your channels there. Just let Martin know what your channels are, and he can do that for you while I'm doing this. Mark Bowles is missing Kistery. I listen to Kistery. That's quite good, that channel, isn't it? Kistery. Yeah, the old dance music. Yeah. Stuff like Living Joy, you know, Dreamer, bump. I like old house music. That's what I like. All right, East Coast, no trouble there. Okay, let's do today's birthdays. Happy birthday on this, what is it, Thursday? Thursday, the 3rd of September, 2020. How many we got today? Oh, quite a few. Mark, Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson, happy birthday to you. Justin, happy birthday to you. Scott Lewis, good morning, Scott. Playing the guitar there. Happy birthday, Scott. Mark Thomas Buchanan today is a very young 57 years old. A little bit younger than me, my love. Just a touch. Not much. Just a touch. Happy birthday to you. Well, we've got that email still up there. Let's get rid of that there. Happy birthday to Neil Wolfson. Happy birthday, Neil. Chevon Anderson. Chevon. 35 years old today. So young. Happy birthday, Chevon. Nuno Rodriguez Payo today is 43 years old. I'm loving the hair on your profile picture. Loving the hair. Happy birthday, Nuno. McGoo singing away there. Happy birthday, McGoo. Philip R. Radlett. Happy birthday, Philip. And Anne Duffy today is a very young 63 years old. Happy birthday to each and every one of you. And of course, we mustn't forget the delightful Dr. Gregorian's mum, Susan, today. It's her birthday as well. So happy birthday to all of you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Alrighty. If it's your birthday and you're not on my friends thing on the Facebook, just send us an email on the day of your birthday, and I'll happily include you in our little birthday list. Did we get everyone's raffle tickets today? Looks like we've done them all this morning. Look at that. I think we've done that all this morning, so excellent. Okie doke. If you're new to the show, welcome along. At the end of every show, we have a little game of bingo. It's nothing special. All you're going to win is another raffle ticket. There's the ones I've done. Some of the ones I've done so far. It's a bit bright, that light, isn't it? There's some of the ones I've done. Oh, maybe that's what the problem is. The light's too bright. Could it be that? That's given us a little problem this morning. Yeah, there's the tickets done so far. So we've got one left at the end there. Someone's going to win that, 930. That's all that's the prizes, okay? Can't really afford to give out loads of prizes unless we get loads of cash coming in the form of the amount of people watching the show. That may happen one day. It may not. That's just how it is, all right? But with that raffle ticket, you get an extra chance to win one of those on Monday. Now, we do the bingo at the end of every show. There's two lots of bingos if you're a new a new viewer. Sorry, we do a little bingo game at the end of every show. Okay, during the week at the end of our morning show, just one game, just for laugh, just for a raffle ticket. And we do bingo on a Sunday night. They're two completely separate lists. The Sunday night bingo is 6 games. Starts at 8 o'clock, finishes round about 9:30. Okay, it's a whole hour and a half of just bingo. There's no chat like this. It's just bingo. There is a chat box open. People like to talk to each other, but I just really do the bingo. The first 3 prizes are once again raffle tickets for the fridge magnet on Monday. But then the next 3 prizes, there's 2 sort of little prizes like a pen, something like that. Okay, we got bingo fridge magnets. Which are those? They stick on your fridge and it says I'm a Chris Reardon bingo winner. We've got a few key rings left. Okay, like that. And there's something else. Oh, stickers as well. We've got stickers as well. Where's the stickers? Oh, here we are. And we got stickers as well. Okay, that's what we win. Thank you, Rachel. Rachel's just given me a £3 tip. Thank you, Rachel. Let me put you in the path. Have you not got? I thought you had a mug already, Rachel. No. Okay. Thank you, Rachel. Rachel's given us £3 super chat, so she gets 3 of the other raffle tickets because the other raffle we do is on a Thursday. I can't sell you the raffle tickets. Not allowed to do that. Legalities. Okay. But I will give you a free raffle ticket for Thursday's raffle. Okay. If you send me a super chat. All right. So every time someone sends a £1 super chat, I'll give you a free raffle ticket. So Rachel's just done that. Let me do 3. You're the first one. Oh, for next week's raffle there. Next week's prize. The prize changes every week. Next week it will be one of these mugs. China mugs there. Expertly wrapped by myself. Okay. There you go, Rachel. Okay. There's your free tickets. They go in there. In that little one there. And that changes every week. Next week it's the mug. Okay, so that's the super chatter raffle, that one. Going back to the bingo, yes. So on Sunday night, first 3 prizes, raffle ticket. Next 2 prizes, small little things. I showed you the stickers, didn't I? That's one of the things you could win. You choose what you want, okay, out of those different things. And the last game number 6, is for the slightly larger prizes. We're not talking £10,000 or £1,000, not even £100 or £10. Just prizes. One of the prizes is that. You could win that on Sunday night. Or you can win a mug. And there's some other bits and pieces. We got T-shirts. We got hats. And we got a caps. Caps as well. I think there's only 1 cap left now. So they are the main bingo game on Sunday night that those prizes are for. It is completely free to play. Okay? I'm not allowed to charge you to play anyway. I couldn't even charge you like a £5 for some tickets. It's completely free to play, but you do need to let me know that you want to play and you need a Gmail account for it to work. Okay? So if you haven't got a Gmail account, really easy to do. That's free as well. Set yourself up a Gmail account, and once you've done that, send me an email to that address there and tell me if you'd like to join us either for Sunday bingo or weekday bingo or both. Okay, but they are separate lists. You will need to tell me which list you want to go on, and I'll be very, very happy to add you on there. Okay, and as always, gang, it's well late today, isn't it? It's how did that happen? 11:30? Christ, how long have I been sitting here talking to myself now? Answer, nearly 3 blooming hours. Never mind, I'm happy. I'm sure you are as well. I hope you are anyway. Okay. So it's the end of the show today. We always do our daily bingo game right at the end of the show because there are a lot of people that don't want to play. So they will go now. And that just leaves us with us bingo lovers. So those of you that have registered, you will now have your bingo cards. Let's bring up the bingo board. There it is. As always, we just play for a full house. You need to mark off all the numbers on your bingo ticket. Once you've marked off the numbers, you need to shout either bingo in the chat box or text bingo to the number up there, top left-hand side of the screen, 07551 259 675. It's up there in the top left-hand corner of the screen. I can't see it now. Okay? You only have 1.5 minutes to claim. When someone's won, I stop the game. And I will wait 1.5 minutes for you to claim. When that time's expired, we move on to the next number. Once we've moved on to the next number, if you claim then, I'm afraid you're too late. Whatever the reason is that you were late claiming, irrelevant, I'm afraid. Okay? It has to be done like that. It can't work any other way. You have that time. If for whatever reason at all your claim doesn't get to me in time, then I'm afraid once we've moved on to the next number, you've missed it. All right? Okie doke, gang. Here we go. Eyes down. Here comes your first number for our Thursday bingo. Let me just set the game. Hang on a minute. I haven't set the game yet. There we go. Set. Here we go. 2 and 5, 25. Done it? 7 and 8, 78. 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Woo, woo. 4 and 9, 49. 8 and 6, 86. All on its own, number 5. 2 and 6, 26. 1 and 2, 12. 1 and 8, 18. Don't think I'd ever want to be 18 again, would you? Oh, I would not want to be a teenager again. No, thank you. 5 and 7, my age, 57. I know, I don't look it, do I? 4 and 6, 46. I'll go like the clappers if you promise to, Mark. 1 and 5, 15. 3 and 6, 36. 7 and 3, 73. 2 and 9, 29. All the 3s, 33. Unlucky for some, 1 and 3, 13. 3 and 5, 35. 20, blind 20. Do you know what my favourite time is, Mark? Actually, I'll come back to you with the answer to that. Just say to me tomorrow morning, what's your favourite time? And when I answer it, you'll know what I mean. All the 5s, 55. I won't do it today because it ties up. It might be going too far over the line of our entertainment here. All the 4s, 44. 7 and 1, 71. We do smut on here, but only carry on smut. No further than that line, I promise you. Okay? 7 and 1, 71. 8 and 9, 89. 5 and 8, 58. 2 and 1, 21. All on its own, number 7. I did my nails yesterday, actually. Look, my nails are nice and clean. Look, nice and clean. All on its own, number 70. 2 and 4, 24. I can't bear long nails. Can you? What about you, ladies? Rachel, do you like long nails? I can't stand them. Boris's Den, number 10. 6 and 4, 64. If you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, boys and girls. Come and join us in the numbers. 60, blind 60. 8 and 2, 82. I can't do curry, you know that, Peter. 82. 4 and 5, 45. 8 and 3, 83. Don't know, Mark. 3 and 9, 39. Not sure yet. All the 1s, legs 11. 3-0, blind 30. 8 and 5, 85. Kelly's Eye, number 1. Don't forget to watch that All Creatures Great and Small, okay? Channel 5 on the 5, my 5 update. What do you call it? You know, the player, the Channel 5 iPlayer. What is it called? What do you call those things? Do you know what you call them? 5 and 6, 56. Good. Rachel hasn't got long nails. Good, good. 6 and 7, 67. She does hard work cleaning in an hospital, don't you, my love? 6 and 7, 67. One fat, morbidly obese Chris, number 8. Too many crisps. 6 and 3, 63. 6 and 2, 62. One little duck, number 2. We have Denise Andrews, who's in charge of ducks on this channel. 4 and 1, 41. On demand, that's it. Channel 5 on demand. Watch it on there. All on its own, number 3. 8 and 7, 87. 7 and 5, 75. 4 and 3, 43. 2 little ducks, 22. Quack, quack. Come on, Denise. Quack, quack. 7 and 2, 72. 8 and 1, 81. 3 and 7, 37. All the 6 is 66. Let's click those fingers, gang. 66. 6 and 9, 69. 4 and 8, 48. 7 and 9, 79. Wacky little ducky cutting nails. All on its own, one click. Number 6. 3 and 2, 32. All the 7, 77. 7 and 4, 74. 1 and 7, 17. 4 and 7, 47. 5 and 2, 52. 6 and 8, 68. All on its own, number 9. 2 and 8, 28. Top of the shop, blind 90. 5 and 4, 54. All on its own, number 4. Who's going to get the ticket? 3 and 8, 38. 1 and 9, 19. 19. 19. 7-0, blind 70. 5-0, blind 50. 4 and 2, 42. Oh, that's it. Thank you, East Coast. It's my 5. That's the Channel 5 playback thing, on demand thing. 80. Oh, we have a winner on 80. 80, blind 80. We have a winner on 80. Let's bring up the countdown clock. You now have 1 minute and... Where is it? 1 minute and 30 seconds. 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your prize. You need to shout bingo in the chat box. Or text bingo to 07551259675. I'm very pleased to... how rude. Rachel says you've managed to send my daughter to sleep, so it does work, your channel. Don't throw your tickets away yet, gang. Yeah, someone might not claim. You never know. Okay. Da, 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 da. Thank you ever so much for those likes this morning. I don't think we've ever had so many likes in the show. 39 likes today. Thank you so much for those. All right, I appreciate that. Are we going to have our winner here today or not? I wonder. Lots of people waiting for a single number there, as always. That's a good point, actually, Rachel makes there. If you ever do have trouble sleeping, just fire up one of the recordings of the show if it's not on live, you know, and it sends you straight off. It really does. I do the same myself. Shh. Does she snore, your daughter? Shh. Shh. Any children around? Can't get them off the bed? Just put one of these on. So if you don't go to sleep, you're going to have to watch one of those. Bang, they're out like that. No winner, okay? Right, we're carrying on looking for a winner, gang. Eyes down once again. Here comes your next number. 1 and 6, sweet 16. Two Fat Chris's, 88. 2 and 7, 27. We have a winner on 27. 2 winners on 27. 2 winners on 27. Here comes the clock. There it is. There it is. Got it this time. Who's won on 27? Claim your prize. You got a free raffle ticket coming. Who could it be? Don't be claiming unless it's your prize. That's an instant ban. Someone's going to get ticket number 930. Who is it? There they are, our lovely guys. Now, you see, that only took them 15 seconds to claim that. I don't understand why sometimes it takes people hours to get there. Peter Palawoda would just missed it completely yesterday. You got a minute and a half, 15 seconds, and they were there. Look at that. Why? Because they're paying attention, Peter. They're paying attention. Did you see Diane Jebb or Heidi Young once chat in the chat box while that game was on? No, it's you. It's you, isn't it? Oh, could you slow down, please? What you mean is, could you slow down, please, so I can still chat in the chat box? What a liberty, dear. Anyway, here comes the numbers. Let's check your numbers with you. Can you still see the board? You can. First of all, let's do Diane first. 3, 7, 13, 15, last number 27, 30, 37, 44, 50, 52, 66, 70, 74, 82 and 88. Well done, Diane H. Well done, Diane. And Heidi Young, 4, 9, 13, 21, last number 27, 33, 37, 44, 43, 55, 59, 60, 77, 79 and 89. Congratulations to you two beautiful ladies. Well done, girls. Well done, girls. Okay, let me give you a couple of raffle tickets. First of all, Diane first. Diane H, 930. Diane, okay. Diane... Wait, why does it say Diane H there? Diane Jebb, 930. Well done, darling. All right, Diane. Have I done that right there? One moment, please. Ooh, I got that right. Yeah, Diane Jebb, 930 for you there, my love. Okay, let me get some more tickets out here. And then we've got the lovely Heidi, who's just down the road from me, Heidi. She gets ticket number 931 for Heidi. There we go. 931 for Heidi Young. And as I say, that gives you another raffle ticket, another chance to win that on Monday morning's show. Okay, is there anything else to clear up? Are we done now? I think we're finished now. Wow, I've just looked at the clock. Gosh, I've just looked at the clock, and this has, completely accidentally, become my first ever 3-hour show. Now, when I do these shows, I've got to tell you, I only expect to do an hour. That's absolutely serious. I only ever expect to do an hour's show. They have been getting longer. I've tried to pull them back a couple of weeks ago. You may have noticed that. But then they started increasing again. And this has been the first ever 3-hour show. I can't believe it. And those of you that have been there, not everyone wants to sit here listening to the crap I come out with for 3 hours. If anyone was here with us, and most of you were, I think, most of you were with us at the beginning of the show, and you're still there 3 hours later. Alright, thank you so much for staying with us. And hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow morning, around about 8:45. Have a lovely day, boys and girls. I might get wet on my walk today. We've got to go out and go wombling. Got to go out and go wombling. Underground, overground, wombling free. The wombles of Chapel Hill. Common, are we? Except there's no common. Just a couple of roads. See you tomorrow.